Welcome into the Ramblin' Review. This is the first ever episode of my channel. I just want to give a little quick welcome here and apologies for any audio issues here. I'm working on things. I'll get better at this as I tweak things, learn the software, mess with the mic, all the various things here. So just kind of a breakdown here how this is going to go. I was able to get access to the All 22 film. I do have the Colorado game, the Clemson game, the Duke game, and I believe the Syracuse. But today we're going to start with Virginia Tech. I thought Virginia Tech was a good starting point. We actually scored quite a few points in this game. The offense had some really good plays. I think that this wasn't quite the grind or slug we had, in previous games this year. So I thought it was a good one to start at. I will go back and do previous games. I think I saw the video review by the Buffton Prime guys. I thought they did a great job with the Colorado film. If you guys want to see that, leave me some comments and things, and I'll go back and do the Colorado film. I figured I would skip that unless there was a big enough demand to get that going. So with that said, how it's going to work, for terminology's sake, I know everybody's knowledge on this is going to be all over the spectrum, whether you played football, whether you didn't. I'll try to keep terminology pretty basic and simple for everybody. I will go over some personnel things. I'll talk a little bit about Virginia Tech's, their lineups, how they're going to do that, and we'll kind of go bouncing back and forth. The way the film review is going to work is I will play a play in full speed, and then we'll go back and watch it from different angles here and go that way. So with that said, let's get started, and we'll go here. There's about 64 total plays in this game. I pretty much did film review up to our last touchdown. We scored 35 points, so I will go back and do all those 64. So let's start. So here we go. First play. We'll watch this all the way through, and then I'll go back and talk about this. Got play action, little tunnel screen here, and a really nice tackle. All right. So let's go back here. Let's slow it down, and let's talk about this. So as you can see here, we got 11 personnel. 11 personnel means you have one tight end and one running back. That's where that is. So 11 personnel will be one tight end, running back. 12 personnel is two tight ends, one running back. 21 personnel is two running backs, one tight end, and that goes on and on. So again, I'll explain this throughout plays. So if you don't understand that, you'll get better as you go. Just to kind of talk about Virginia Tech, and a lot of this game, they sat in a lot of too high safety. What you're going to see a lot in this is they had one safety crashing down and the other safety replacing here to sit back in kind of a cover one zone back here. So they would swap which safety would crash, but they did that a lot. Mostly on the fronts, they did a lot of 4-2-5. They did mix up some 5-2 in there a couple plays, and they did run some 3-3 as well. You'll see that throughout the film. But slow it down here and let's watch here from this angle. So here we go. So you're going to get Canyon motioning out to the outside. And one of the things about this, and I think we all know from Buster's offense, is the motion almost in every play is not only to get movement from the defense, but it's also seeing what defense they're in, right? I know a lot of us that know football well. When you motion somebody, a lot of times what it's doing is determining whether you're playing man or zone, right? So if Canyon's going out here from the slot to the outside, if you have somebody following him, you're most likely in man. If they're just shifting and sliding over, they're probably in zone, or they could have a concept where if somebody goes outside or moves, they switch guys. It kind of depends, but I think most of the time if they're just sliding, it's probably in a zone coverage. So let's see, you got Canyon motioning out to the left, and then we'll play this out. All right, snap to King. All right, so you got play action to Haynes here, which again is getting the movement going here. You're going to see here, let's play this out. All right, so then you got a tunnel screen coming back. So what tunnel screen means is you have a wide receiver coming back toward the line of scrimmage. You have offensive linemen who will pretty much throw a quick block here, and then it'll sprint straight out to block on the perimeter to get that back. So the tunnel screen's coming back inside. You're going to see here, good blocks, and a really good tackle by, I think it's 11 for Virginia Tech. That's a really good open-field tackle. You'll see this from the other angle as well here. So let's play this out from the other side so you guys can see this. So one of the things I want to point out here when we get to the next view, here we go. So let's watch it from this view. Canyon goes out. All right, here we go. So again, play action, get a lot of movement here. You're going to get Fusel and McKinney getting kind of a little half-second block here, and then you can see them sprinting out. One of the things you're going to notice, though, is the defensive end doesn't crash down. So what's going to happen is it causes Fusel to not have trouble getting out and getting outside to block him here. So watch, play this out. All right, so you see you got shift. He didn't crash down, so Fusel's going to have a hard time getting out here to block or to cut him off from the outside here. So what happens is defensive end does a good job reading his screen. He kind of starts go ahead and heading outside. You see Fusel's on his inside instead of his outside. So now he's going to be getting out here. It's going to make Rutherford have a hard time to get through this spot. So we throw out. Good throw by Haynes. All right, got McKinney here getting a block. Fusel's here, but you can see in 13, I think it's Copeland, Virginia Tech, which, by the way, guys, all throughout this game, he blows up several plays and does a really good job. If he decides to go in the portal with all the coaching changes, I hope we go after him because he's a really good player here for 13 for Virginia Tech. All right, so Rutherford, good catch. You can see it kind of forces Malik to have to cut up quick, which is fine. It's a good job. 11 with a really good open field tackle here. You can see right there, really good. Now, if Malik is able to make him juke him, miss him, you're talking about a pretty big gain here on both sides, but a really good tackle by Virginia Tech. But a good gain, about 5 yards. Virginia Tech read that play decently well. All right, let's go to the next play. So we got about 6 yards there, 2nd and 4. All right, let's play it out. All right, so you got, let's go back. So here we go. We got 4 wide out, running back. So single back set here with Haynes King. You got 4 out wide. Virginia Tech again to 4-2-5. Looks like they're in pretty standard coverage here, playing pretty well off the ball here. You got a nickel, 2 safeties, 2 corners. So what we're gonna have here, you're gonna have Jamal go in motion. You can see 21 comes up here, and I'm pretty sure here he decides to crash down on this play. Let's see. Yep. So you can see they've scouted this pretty well. They know this is going to be a pretty good trend for us to throw out to Jamal here on a little running back screen out here. But we do a good job here, and Stockton does a great job finding the soft spot in the zone right here. So they're definitely in zone coverage. Linebackers are sitting here, and you got the empty here because with the safety crashing, or the nickel, whoever that's going to be for them, you got the spot right here in the zone. There we go. And then Stockton with a great job. Nice little cutback move, getting around him, getting upfield, getting first down. Great job there. We'll watch it from the other side. Kind of see some O-line blocking here. Let's see. Let me pause real quick. I think we got pretty good pass protection. I'm pretty sure we get hat on hat here if you want to see. Let's see. Here we go. Yep. Got McKinney here, Fusel there. Moore is basically doing any kind of zone here. If anybody gets inside on both sides, he helps pick up. Got Carney here. I think this is where, nope, yeah, good job. Carney with a great block here. Everybody's hat on hat. Great pass pro. Good catch. Good play. First down. All right, let's go to the next play. All right. 1st and 10. Okay. So here we go. Before I start this play, a couple of things to note here. We're in a tight set here. You can see everybody's bunched to the formation. You got twins right, 2 receivers to the right, but they're still pretty close to the line. Got tight end here, tight end down over there, but pretty much tight set. Pretty much anytime you're in a tight set, the idea is to try to get to the perimeter, right? You're trying to draw more defenders into the box so that you can get either a pass outside or run outside, but that's usually the goal. It's most time to get everybody up to the box so you can spread it out. Now we'll play this out. Okay, pitch to Jamal, good run, good about 5 or 6 gains. So there's a couple of things in this play that play out. If this could have been a much bigger play if we actually blocked and stayed on block. So let's play this and go back and slow this down just a bit. Okay, so you got Rivers and jet motion here. You got kind of a semi-half handoff fake here. I don't really think we saw that well. Again, I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it was kind of a semi-fake little jet sweep. All right. The idea of the jet sweep motion, of course, is to start pulling people left, right? Somebody has to be responsible for Rivers, so that's trying to pull at least one player opposite play side, right? So there we're going to go, jet sweep, get a quick toss to Jamal. Now, this is where I want to talk about on the blocking side here. You see Carney pulls outside. Moore was pulling over here as well. We have kind of a outside zone stretching here, which they're covering all their zone areas here, but you got Carney pulling. But the big thing here is I'm going to show you. All right, so right here, So Carney misses his block, whiffs on the block here. The guy makes a play, but the other guy here makes a play as well. If you go back, I believe it's JT Byrne here, misses a block. Let's go back here. So Byrne was responsible for getting the guy coming across, the linebacker on the backside. Here he is. Here's Byrne here. So he's responsible for cutting off here, and he misses the block, and his guy comes over and makes the play. You can see here. All right. So he gets a chip block here, but then he's supposed to seal the outside of this linebacker right here. If he seals this guy right here, and Carney gets this guy here, you have a crease running right up here, and this could be a really big play here. Good block by Canyon here on 4. Everyone else does a pretty good job for the most part. It's just miss this block, and you can see where we would have had him sealed off, him kicked out, and you have a huge hole right here running up on this play. But they both missed a block. Still a good gain, about 5-6 yards. Good run, but it could have been a lot bigger play. All right, let's go to the next play. I think it's second down, about 5 or so. All right, we'll play this one out. All right, little hand up the middle. Let's see kind of what happened there, why we got stuffed. Let's play this back, get to here. So I'm gonna go back. All right, slow it down. Okay, so again, single back set, 4 wide receivers. We actually have a tight end out here, but we'll just say it's 4 wide receivers. You could say it's 11 personnel, but we'll say it's 4 wide. All right, Virginia Tech is kind of in a 3-3. This is actually a defensive end for them. 33 is a defensive end, but they play him throughout the game on the line, a little bit off the line, kind of mixing up the look. I know that some teams have had some success against us with 3-3 defenses. I think kind of confuses the spacing and some of the blocking, but he's a little offset here. So with that said, let's slow it down. All right, you got Rutherford in motion. Okay, you can see their safety and their nickel are both starting to cheat up. I think they're anticipating here either a jet sweep or some kind of running back pass, a handoff outside, maybe some kind of wide receiver screen, because they're crashing hard. So they're flowing hard here on this play. Okay, a little bit of a high snaps. Okay, Jamal gets the ball. Decent blocking here. One of the things in this game too, and Jamal has some good moments and some bad. Some of the bad here is missing holes, and you're going to see this from the reverse view from the backside. He just kind of runs straight into a hole here that's not there. I think the hole really is cutting back here. You're going to see this from the other side, but we kind of run up here. You can see he kind of runs in the back of the lineman. We still get really good push up front, so we still get a good 4 yards, and then offensive lineman just drives another 2-3 yards. So we end up getting about 6-7 yards. It was a great play, but it could have been a lot more when we go to this other side. So let's go back. Let's go speed it up a little bit. All right. So here we go. So from here, let's take a quick look. All right. Here comes Rutherford in motion. You see safety's replacing. This is what I was talking about. You'll see their safety here starts up toward the box, but then he'll go back here and replace the deep one. And on the other side, the safety is coming down, crashing to the other side, right? Something they do a lot. Again, that defensive end who was playing a little bit off, he's coming to crash. All right. So this could be a zone read here. From the other side, it's hard to tell from this angle. You can see Haynes is looking at 94 here, the defensive end on this side. And it could be a read, could be a design give, but he's selling it like a zone read, right? And if he crashes, right, then he pulls around the outside. If he stays out here, then it's his job to hand off, and then Jamal will run it up here. Now, but I was talking about missing holes, so if I play this through, you can see. So Carney blocks out here. I think it's Rutledge just got him here, Fusel here, but I think Jamal is trying to squeeze up through here, but of course this gets really clogged up. There's nowhere to go. He just kind of gets bunched up here. I think if he was a little bit more patient or that mesh wasn't so far up, he could have seen here to cut this out, and you're talking about a much bigger game. But I think he got too far up on that mesh that he couldn't see that hole, right? So then he ends up getting clogged up there. You see, it's good though. Rutledge team, everybody's pushing really hard, pushing him at 3 yards. So it still works out as a good play, but I think if he could have bounced that on the inside and saw that hole, it would have been a lot bigger play. So, all right, go to the next. So we got about 3rd and 3 here. All right, let's play it out. All right, quarterback power on the outside. All right, great run, first down for Haynes. All right, let's run this back and slow this down a little bit so we can see what happens. All right, so let's go back to the full view. All right, I'll go back one more time. Let's play it through. Start it back. Get back to the full view here. All right. Okay, so again, now we got empty set here. So just Haynes is back here. You got tight end here. So you got one tight end, four wide receivers. I think that's actually Jamal out here. So you actually have running back out here, but you have empty right now. Again, so here we go. All right. So you're going to have, we do this a lot, right? You have the motion of the running back, either sometimes back in the backfield, sometimes you have for the jet motion across for a handoff, but we do a lot of that where they come back and we'll get back into a single back for motion, but here we go. The idea here is that, right, is we are bringing Jamal back to get flow motion this way with the idea that Haynes is going to basically run quarterback power sweep here around the outside. We're going to have some pullers come back around this other side. So we're pretty much overloading them, right? Because if they crash this corner with nobody is going to drop back, going to flow here, you're going to have a lot of numbers advantage to this outside. Here you go. You actually have three pullers here. You got Carney, you got Harrison Moore, and you got, I think it might be Jamison Riggs on this backside here. It could be McKinney. I know they swapped out in this game a little bit, but you basically got three pullers coming back around. So you got quarterback power, you got a wash down block here, wash down block here, and then you got receiver coming to crack down here. So really, you should have at least 2 on 2 here with the quarterback. So if he gets the crack, he gets the lead, he gets the trail, you really have 3 on 3 coming down here. Here you go, receiver gets it. Good block here. Moore is still leading. What happens here, though, is Moore can't decide whether this defender is going out or in. So he kind of stutter steps here, and Haynes has to wait behind him. If he had kind of been more decisive, either run straight up or straight back, he could have actually got more yards here. But because he kind of stutters around in this jumble, it kind of slows things up. You can see here, it's fine. Still a great run. Good gain here. And a good run. All right. We'll speed back up. We can see it from the backside here. Oh, also, if you guys saw that there at the end, I know it's hard to see, but Rutledge pretty much pancaked a guy back here, and the guy got upset and grabbed his foot after the play was over. So could have got a flag there from Virginia Tech, but he didn't. But by the way, Rutledge absolutely mauls and pancakes people multiple times in this game, as he does every game, which is why it's so awesome to see him block. But all right, so here we go. You got Jamal motioning from the outside. You can see here they're kind of definitely in like a zone, because even with Jamal's jet motion, nobody's really going with him. They're both kind of sitting. Everybody's sitting. They're definitely in some kind of zone here. So we don't get a ton of flowing here, but that's all right. Got pullers. Here we go. You can see Carney pulling out, kick out. Harrison Moore has 9. So depending on where the defender goes, Moore's going to kick him, and then Haynes would be falling the opposite direction. You can kind of see, though, he's kind of, now here's where it goes. He should, now if he's seeing him on the outside, theoretically he could go right off the backside of Carney's hip here and get him, or he could just bounce it out and then Haynes cut it up here. But we kind of get in this no man's land, and now it's, okay, now he's out, now I'm going to cut, but that kind of that wasted time allows them to get over and kind of cut this gap here, open this crease we had here, they kind of make the play. So I think if we got through that a little bit faster, he could have broke that through. Still a great play, though, and first down. All right, so watch this play through. Oh yeah, so this was the first time I think we all saw the running back spacing that we hadn't seen before. I thought it was really cool live. That's why I really want to come back and see this again. So you start off, you have 11 personnel. You got a tight end, H-back here. You got 1 running back. You got trips to the left, right? So 3 receivers up to the left, to the field side. Nobody to the boundary here. So you have the corner sitting here, but then nobody else on the boundary. So again, you're going to see where I think it's Holsley on this. Holsley motions from this side over here, but you can see, especially when we see the other camera angle, it's really spaced out in the normal, like a good 5+ yards to the right? So it's kind of an awkward formation. I hadn't seen this before, but it's pretty cool how it works in the way that it happens here. So, all right, then you have H-back motion as well. So now you kind of have overloaded on this side, because now you only have really 1 guy here, and you have H-back and Holsley on this side. So you have 2 on 1 right now with his motion, and they don't really shift to that. They stay center. He's here, but there's not really any slide over here to the power side. So, all right. Then you're going to have halfback counter coming off of that spacing. So it kind of allows him to get more depth and more of a running start, and it kind of gets him to bow back in here, which is pretty cool. Again, you got Rutledge pulling backside here, picking up backside defensive end, and then you have Beetham leading the way through the hole here on this backside counter. Okay. All right. Now I want to see it from this other side because other view gives you the best view here, and we'll slow it down here. All right. So again, you see Holsey starts on the left side, motions over right. You just see how far out his spacing is over here to the right. So you can see here, I mean, that's a huge gap, right? Normally you're only a couple yards left or right next to the guy. This is a good 5 yards away from here, right? I've never seen this before. Oh, it's actually Jamal. So then you're going to see beat the motion over as well. I think what they're trying to do here is they're creating the kind of running start and kind of creating that counter back, but it's also seeing the defense moves, because if they all shifted more this way, then we're running that counter back to this, then we're actually overloaded back to this side. So they didn't really move. They did a good job kind of staying center here, but again, I think they were trying to see how they're going to play this out. All right, now here we go. See the blocking here. All right. Again, you got Harrison Moore washing down here, Carney kicking out here, and you got Rutledge pulling around. You got Fusel on here. Let's see what McKinney does. Okay, so you got a double team here, and then you got Rutledge coming to kick out here. Ideally, with these double teams, they kind of call them layer blocks, right? Where you start double team, and then one of these two guys will peel off to get the second layer here. But they both kind of stay here. So now it's going to be Beetham's guy. You really have one-on-one, and he's wide open here, this gap. There's nobody here. If Beetham can block this guy either around or here, however it may be, you got Jamal with a huge crease here. All right. There you go. He washes himself out, creates a huge hole for Jamal to go through. It's great. I think Jamal could have actually cut this out more to the right and actually took this off more, but let's just see this again real quick. Yeah, I mean, it looks like a truck size hole here. It's just him one-on-one with a safety coming up. Yeah, I think Jamal just kind of, I think he tried to do it this way. I think if he had kind of bowed it out here, he might have maybe made a move or get out here. But either way, it's a great play design and a really good game for us here. Really cool to see that. First time I think it's coming off the bye. It's some of the new things that Buster had put in here. All right, let's go to the next play. All right. Okay, so this is actually 21 personnel. So now you have 2 backs, 1 tight end. So we've seen this kind of a lot lately, and I think throughout the year we've run this as well, but you see a lot in college football, kind of this pistol, modified pistol. You have pistol here, offset back here, H-back. You can do a lot of things out of this with 2 back sets, and we of course have 2 excellent running backs, which makes it really useful for us to do things out of this. But you're going to see Jamal go in motion, which is going to bring, it's identifying what kind of covers they're in. Also, it will be pulling a guy outside, so you can see there, yep, the nickel or the safety there. I think it's their nickel back. He's sliding out with Jamal here, okay. Kind of have a stretch power zone here, right? So zone blocking down the line, got a lead blocker here, kind of a stretch handoff outside, yep. Okay, all right, awesome run by Hosley. Let's go back and watch this. So Holsey does a great job. Somebody misses, gets beat inside. I believe it was Carney. Carney gets beat to the inside here, and Holsey does a great job breaking an arm tackle here and getting through and accelerating, because this could have got stopped for a lot less. So we'll see this here. Yeah. All right. So you're going to see, I think it's 33 here, I believe, comes across. Let's see. Here we go. Okay, I see. All right, so it's actually defensive tackle here. So Rutledge gets a chip, kind of a chip block. His goal was to kind of get a bump here and then get up the second level. Carney's supposed to try to get over and kind of cut him off if he can. I know it's kind of hard. The guy's crashing hard. It's hard to do that, but they do kind of miss this here. You can see he gets through. So he's got a shot at him. Holsey's coming through. He's got a little crease here to get through, but he's coming here. So if he cuts up here, this guy's probably going to make the tackle. Hangs it out. So right here, you can see Carney's still on him, but again, guy goes to arm tackle here. Holsey breaks it through, doesn't get able to get down here, which is a great job breaking through the tackle, accelerating through. Good job blocking downfield here. You can see everybody washes their guys out, creates that lane. There you go. Big run. Great job there. All right, let's go to the next play. All right, 1st and 10. I think we got first down there. All right, play this out. Okay. It's again that spacing concept again. Again, backside counter there. Yep, great run, great blocks. I love this play. This is awesome when we're watching this live. All right, let's go back. All right. So again, motioned for Holsley to go to that spacing again. Again, this time the only difference was we had jet motion from a wide receiver across this time. Last time the H-back slid over to the power side and then countered back. This time we motioned the receiver, and then you have the H-back coming up the hole this way. So it's kind of more of a power. It is kind of a counter back this way, but the blocking is a little bit different. So you can tell we've practiced different formations and variations off this play. But again, with the spacing, what happens here is, and you can see this better from the other side, but basically you got defensive end crashing down hard. Fusel, I believe, pulls from the backside, and he's already so deep. Fusel just kind of goes and washes him out. Holsey does a good job kind of bowing it inside and then back around, but because he creased so down hard, he kind of gets a hole here and cuts it back through. So you can see that here. Good block. You got, I think it's Beetham there, I believe it was, or yeah, I think it's Beetham here. Cuts through, and you got a lead blocker. So there, good job. Seals here. Creates a huge lane here, right? Massive opening right here. All right. Holsey, of course, great speed, gets outside. Okay, Zion Taylor was the motion guy there. It's great here. You get a great downfield block here, but Taylor, who was motioning as a decoy out here, then gets back in the play, does a great job running back up and cleaning up here to give Holsey another 10 plus yards here as well. Boom, he gets up here. He really kind of blocks two guys here, which is awesome. And then you got safety having to make the play here at the end. Holsey lowers shoulder. Boom, great run. All right, let's watch it from the back so you guys can see the blocking breakdown again. All right, slow it down. All right, here we go. So you see, again, we start this side, motion out to this wide set. Here we go. Yep. You can see, I mean, he may be even further this time. I think last time he's about here. It's probably like almost 7 yards this time out here. He's almost like split off like a receiver. And we're going to get that big motion back. Again, their defensive end crashes down hard here. You're going to see Fusel pull in the backside. Here we go. So it's this time, see jet motion receiver instead of the tight end. Yeah. All right. Got the backside pulling guard. He is supposed to kick out three. Three crashes hard. It is JT Burns. JT Burns, the lead blocker in this one. Kind of a low snap there too. All right. So you can see he crashes really hard. So then he could have, if he went even harder and didn't kind of break down right here, he could have maybe made that play. It's kind of hard to tell. But he kind of hesitates. Give Fusel a second to get there, clear him out. Then you got Holsey coming in, then Bowen back out his backside. Everybody else getting washed down. Yep. Burn here, great seal block on 11. There you go. Gets outside. There you go. Good blindfold block by Patterson and Taylor knocking him down. Great job. Executed really well on all parties there. Really good job. That play was awesome to watch live. All right. Now we're down by the goal line here. 1st and goal on the 3. All right. I think we're going to our old tried and true here. I think this is the old fake toss quarterback power here. Let's see. I believe that's what this is. There it is. All right. Now, I know I'll pause it right here because I know just like a lot of people are probably tired of seeing this play at times. Yes, it does work, and I'm going to show you why. When it works well, this play is the exact reason why it works well in short yard situations. I do think we run this play a little too much sometimes, and it's too predictable and repetitive. It has been shut down a few times because I think people get the idea this play's coming on short yardage situations. I think we've actually run, in this game, we might have run a little bit of a different play off of this, not in a short yard situation, but in midfield. I think we did a pass off of this, but again, Buster does a great job. Again, I gripe just like everybody does at times with some of the repetitiveness and some of the kind of predictable play calls, but this works well, and you're going to see why it works well from the backside here when we get this view. All right, so let's take a look here. All right, so it's kind of a power set, right? It's I guess you could technically say it's 22 personnel because we have 2 backs, but one of our backs is a tight end, so it's really almost like a 13 personnel. You got 3 tight ends, but he's not up at the line, right? It's tight end here, and a third tight end, and then you got Holsley here, and then Haynes King. So here we go. Virginia Tech's kind of in a bear front. It's a 5-2, right? You got 5 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Everybody's basically in the box though, because we have a tight set. Everyone's down in the box. All right, here we go. So you're gonna see what happens here. All right. So you get wash down blocks by 1, 2, 3, 4. Everyone's washing down left. Then you're going to have Fusel pulling backside right, and you're going to have Burn also leading through the hole, lead blocking here, right? So you're going to have two guys basically power to lead here through the hole for Haynes. To the toss. The toss is effective. It does get 6 to go outside, so that's removing another guy from the box. He has to take Holsley here. 33 also has to sit here and wait. Okay, 33 is really responsible for Haynes, but he kind of gets caught out there. So again, as much as we run this play, and I know they watch film, again, guys, it's hard when you're there live playing defense and not wanting to bite on this or do it, especially down by the goal line like this. But again, it doesn't work. It gets actually two guys outside. So then you got kick out block here, and then Burn with a great come in here, a seal and a linebacker here, and a wide open run in for King. So here you go. See it, boom there. Wide open run right to the middle. Easy score there. So yeah, guys, it does work if it's blocked well and the guys, defense fights for the fakes and things like that. It is a very effective play, even though we run it a ton. It does work. All right, here's a 2-point conversion, which I have to say, when I was watching this live, I was shocked we were doing this. Obviously it worked out and it was great. It built a lot of momentum for us, but I was shocked to see we came out after the first score 2-point conversion. So I found this one kind of funny. Obviously a very unique formation. We have 3 linemen here. We have a little H back offset here. You have 1 guy wide out right. You have 4 linemen line up left, and Rutherford is squatting down here, hiding behind. I don't know if he's supposed to be he's doing that to be funny, or that's part of the play, just to be distraction or not able to see him, but he's there kind of ducking down, hiding behind the 4 linemen. I know we're probably running this to see how they line up. If they don't put enough guys out here, we probably have a check to throw this to Rutherford and then try to score behind 4 linemen. It looks like obviously you see them start moving guys out. So they probably think if they have enough guys, if it's 5-on-5 or more on loading the side, they're going to just run King or do some kind of opposite side run here. But this was the one where we jet sweeped Rutherford around. So let's watch it play out. Yep. Okay. So I will say this worked, but it was kind of an individual effort by Malik, because honestly, this could have been tackled here. Malik made a good cut up here, and we'll watch this from the other side. Let's get to the other side of this. All right, let's go here. Slow it down. Okay, here we go again. Offset H-back, 3 linemen. All right, here we go. I think Haynes is looking around to see it's loaded. He sees it's loaded on this side, so they're going to keep the play going. Here we go. All right, toss. Okay. So now let's keep going. You're going to see here. All right. 2 guys blocking 1 guy. Beetham I don't know why, but lets 24 go to double team him. I have no idea why, but he lets him through. But he's right here to make the play. And Malik, you can see, puts a hard foot in the ground and cuts it up. But if he just ran out or this guy comes up, this is going to get blown up here. Malik does a great job juking him out, and then a nice dive to score the point, because honestly, that was going to get blown up. Beetham just totally... I don't know what was going on there, honestly. I have no idea the thought there, but that was a great play by Malik to get that done. But either way, 2-point conversion, up 8-0. All right, second drive. Okay, let's play it out, see what happens. All right, quick screen out. There we go. Again, guys, I know the wide receiver screens, just like a lot of people, I'm sometimes tired of seeing them too. They can be very predictable, and they can get blown up, especially when our perimeter blocking is awful. And there's a couple of plays in here we'll see that the perimeter blocking is really bad. Both wide receiver will totally whiff on a block, and then we get crushed in the backfield, right? So when it's blocked well and there's some spacing from the defense, it does work. It's a very effective play, but I do get tired of that play as well. I'm sure a lot of people do as well. All right, so let's go back. Let's go back here and let's go back one more. Let's get caught up here, then I'll slow it down. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see a little bit about just alignment here, a setup. So again, 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back, 3 receivers. You're actually going to get, I think it's Canyon. Canyon's going to go in motion. So we run this play. Actually, I see this throughout the game. So Canyon's actually going to go in motion. He's actually being a lead blocker here. So we're going to rotate, kind of motion across, kind of get overloaded to this side, and then you'll see here, snap. He turns up, turns into a blocker, Stockinger's blocker. Malik drops back. You get the screen here. Okay. Here you go. Now here's the difference. One, they're playing way back. Corner dropping back. Safety is way back. I mean, what is that? I mean, 5, 10, 15, almost 20 yards back, which is great for us. I have no idea why he's so far back. But either way, it works out for us. King does a great job getting the ball out quick. Stockton, okay block here. Borderline hold, maybe. But you'll see here, play this out. He gets around him. Canyon, good block here. Malik gets to the crease. Nice gain, 6-7 yards here. Good play. Let's watch it from the other side. All right, let's see here. From this side. Here's the motion. Let's see, here we go. Good throw. All right, again, Stockton bad positioning here. Lets the guy get by him. Ticky-tack stuff here. Could have been called for a hold, maybe. Gets around him, though. Canyon, good block. Gets through. Really good run. All right. So that works. Doesn't always work, but that worked that time. Good gain. 7-8 yard gain. Probably second and 2 or 3. Yep. There we go. Okay. Let's play it through, and then we'll go back. All right. H-back motion. Right receiver motion. Fake jet sweep. And quarterback keep. All right. So let's go back. All right. Alrighty. Okay. So, again, 11 personnel again. Tight end here. Running back here. Trips to the left. Nobody to the boundary over here. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Okay. And again, before this, you had an H-back motion and a wide receiver motion. So you got 2 shifts here. Okay. We're going to come back. We're going to do the fake jet sweep. Obviously, the idea behind that is to get these linebackers, everybody flowing out so that King can run a draw and bounce it back in the middle, or maybe even bounce it backside. All right. See here. Okay. Okay blocking. Finds a crease. Good for 5-6 yards. Good gain. First down. But let's watch it from the back because that's where we're going to see the better blocking here. View. Let's see. Get to that. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's play this through. You can see how the O-line blocked here. All right. There's the shift. Then you're going to see the motion come across here. Here we go. Okay. Low left snap, by the way, which kind of throws off timing. Thankfully, we kind of still get the play off, but here we go. Crashing here, kind of coming out here, so just draw it. You obviously see the crease back up here. I believe Fusel or one of the guys here is probably supposed to be pulling back here. Let's see. Okay, Rutledge has him. Okay, he's sealing 13. 13 kind of crashed inside, so Carney's pushing him back. Fusel's supposed to kick 41 out. So really, if you block here, you block here, you block there, there should be a crease right here. Okay. Okay. Fusel doesn't stay on his block. I mean, it's, it gets in his way, but I mean, honestly, that's not a great block. He lets 41 get off of him, wraps up King. I think if he stay on the block, he's going to get a lot more yards either way here. Again, Fusel has good moments in this game. He also has a lot of moments where the blocks are not great. I'd say about a 50% grade of work here on this game. I've seen a lot. All right. But still a good gain, about 6 yards, first down. All right. Let's get to the next. All right. Okay, let's play this out. Pistol, motion. Here we go. Little straight give to Jamal. Oh, yeah. Okay, bounces it out. Great cut there. All right. I'm going to say this again. Jamal, I know, obviously he's been hampered this year. He's not nearly as explosive as he's been in the past. He has moments and flashes where he shows it. I'll be honest. They're still both great running backs, but Holsley, for sure, to me, has outplayed Jamal this year. I think Holsley should be getting the majority of the snaps at running back right now. I know everybody might agree with that, but I think for sure this year he's proven it. But again, this is a great play by Jamal. But I will say, as you watch this, you're going to see Jamal really had trouble seeing the hole here. Thankfully, he kind of just bounced off the pile and able to break it out. But you're going to see here, I'm going to play this back. All right. So, okay, you get H-back motion. You got a pistol set. Offset here. Jamal there. Holsley there. Okay. You send Holsley out in motion. So you're going to try to pull some more players out to this left side to get to go back to the right with Jamal. Let's see the blocking here. All right. Okay, you got, again, we do a lot of this, right? 3 washing down, 1 backside pulling. Sometimes we even do 2 backside pulling, but a lot of backside pull here. So you got a little bit of like kind of a zone power here. Fusel should be pulling and getting 41. He does. Burn does a great job blocking here. Okay. Now here's the thing. I know real time Jamal's trying to squeeze through here, but realistically, he's got a ton of space out here to the outside. If he just took a step and bounced it out, he's got all kind of room out here. Now he tries to squeeze through here. He runs in the back of Burn. Again, I know real time it's hard to make that read when you're running it, but again, if he had just bounced that outside, you have a huge space out there. Thankfully, nobody's there. Virginia Tech kind of all piles in together. Nobody wraps up Jamal, so he's able to bounce it out. Again, Canyon, okay block, kind of lets his guy go, but right here, Jamal, great. This is where Jamal is great, right? He can make plays like this where you're just wild about it, and then the next play he gets tripped up by one arm, somebody going down, right? So it's very up and down, but again, this is where he's at his best. Open field, look at that cut, hard cut, one step, boom. This guy's breaks his ankles here, gets through, great run there. Overall, good play. Just again, I think Jamal struggled a little bit seeing the hole a couple of times this game, but still made something out of it, which is great. All right, we'll play this out. First down, inside the red zone. All right. Oh, another great play by Jamal there. Okay, not great blocking here. I think this is actually a bad read by Haynes King. I'm pretty sure this is a zone read. Should have been a pull instead of a give. But we'll see this back. I'm going to show this down. We can see this from the backside. Here we go. All right. So let's go slow this down. All right, here we go. Okay, you got 11 personnel, one tight end, one running back. Virginia Tech again, and kind of this 3-4. I mean, it's a 4-2, but you got defensive end standing up. They kind of again mix this up a lot, but here we go. All right, motion inside. Canyon's going to coincide. Is he going to power block here, or is he just going? Okay, I think he's just going for distraction here, or maybe kicking outside maybe here. All right. So you can see here, I believe it's Scyther kind of misses the block here. So at this point, and we'll run this through and go back. I believe that should have been I think it was a zone read. Let's run this through again. All right, let's see really quick. All right, let's see. So it's 42. Now he is very inside for Seether. I mean, that's a long way for Seether to have to go here. Let me see, where does McKinney go here? Or is that Riggs? One of the two. I can't tell the second number on that. McKinney. Okay. So McKinney does shuffle inside. Looks like kind of like a zone gap blocking scheme here. Sider's coming over to help block, double team maybe. Okay, I see. So he's supposed to chip block and then go to the second layer here and get 20. Seether again doesn't get inside. He lets him get inside of him. So again, it looks like Haynes could be reading this. If this is supposed to be a zone read, he's supposed to pull. I think he should have pulled this if that was the case and taken himself. He does give the handoff, which again, it's probably hard to tell because right now it doesn't seem like anybody's really crashing hard, but he's coming through. So basically when he gives it to Jamal and gives it off, the guy's right there waiting for him. Jamal makes a great individual effort here with a jump cut and gets outside. Yeah, I mean, great play there. McKinney kind of whiffs 20 here. I think if he had blocked him, he could have had a bigger crease there. He pretty much him one-on-one with the safety here. But again, he kind of whiffed him, caused Jamal to have to bounce it out even further, and then we're kind of boxed up here, and he's got nowhere to go. So again, I think that should have been a pull by Haynes King, but again, I don't know if that was a design handoff or a zone read. It's hard to tell sometimes, but again, could have been a bigger play there, I think. All right. Let's go next play, probably 2nd and 5-ish, 2nd and 6. All right, let's play it out. Let's see. Fake toss. All right, here you go. See, that's what I was talking about. All right. Okay, a couple things in this play. We finally ran a play off the fake toss. Again, wasn't a goal line or short yardage, but again, it's 2-back set, but one of the backs is a tight end, so really it's kind of like 12 personnel, but you're going to have a fake toss to Holsley. Again, I think you're going to have double crossers. You're actually going to have a crosser coming here and a crosser going there. The problem with this is Haynes actually had the touchdown if he throws it earlier. So I think it's Patterson, I believe, that comes across here. Let me see. All right. Fake toss. Again, you do get, look at that. Look at this. Linebackers up. Linebackers up. There is all space. No safeties deep. Safeties up here. There's nobody behind. So the crosser coming here, he has Patterson. The problem is I think he's looking at either Beetham or somebody, or maybe Rivers coming across this left side, and he doesn't see the crosser this side till too late. By the time he throws it, it's too late, and he sails it toward the back of the end zone. If he throws it earlier, you're going to see this here. All right. Yeah. Well, he got some holding here too, by the way. think that might be Malik or maybe Zion Taylor. I think he's either 8 or 9. So he's coming across. I think he's waiting for him to get open, but he doesn't get enough separation. Then he sees the crosser here, but at that point it's too late. If he had seen him here, if he throws it now, right over here, just lays it up nice and easy right here, that's a wide open touchdown. I mean, he's got him by 2-3 yards. If he throws it here and gets him as a touchdown, but you see he waits, then he sails it too far, out of bounds. Again, had a touchdown there. I think that's on King. He needs to see that a little sooner and make that happen. All right, let's go to the next play. It's like 3rd and 6. All right, let's play it out. 2-back set, but we actually got Rutherford in the backfield, but motion out right. All right, this is actually a really great play and worked out really well. And Haynes found the right read and made this happen. This was a really good one. Let's do this. Go back. All right, here we go. So again, you got Rutherford in the backfield. So really, it's 20 personnel, 2 running backs, no tight ends. Even though you have a tight end here, he's not lined up. But again, really 21 personnel, I guess you could say. But again, he split out like a receiver. So you got 3 receivers, 2 backs. All right, they send Holsley out in motion. Okay, you got him sliding out to cover here. You got some motion here. Rutherford does a little slip route or arrow route, as they call it, from the backfield. Go here, you cut up here, kind of finds the perfect little spot in the zone. McKinney gets beat horribly here on a speed rush on the outside. Thank God that Rutherford got here quick, was open, and King saw him and threw the quick hot route and scored. You're going to see it here. Go right through here. Boom. So he's following the tight end. He's drifting out here into coverage. He's kind of in a zone, so they're both kind of covering here, kind of covering the middle, and nobody's right here. So Rutherford does it, but you're going to see he gets beat in his backside. I'm going to show you from the backside. You're going to see McKinney get beat. King throws it, great catch, turn, easy touchdown. But let's watch it from the back. You're going to see McKinney get beat on speed rush here. And McKinney's done a great job this year overall. He's done really good, impressed me really a lot, pass blocking a lot. All right, you're going to see here, just going to see this. All right, speed rush. Guy gets underneath McKinney, kind of does the underneath uppercut kind of move, gets right by him, pushes his hands away. He's wide open. If this took another second to develop, or he had to wait for a longer route, he's probably hit in the back, maybe a fumble. Who knows what's happens here? But King, great job getting that out before he gets crushed. You see Rutherford wide open here, catch, score. Great play there. But thank goodness we didn't get crushed there in the back. All right. Alrighty, this was after the punt. We got down like on the 2. All right. So at this point, we've run this play a bunch. I don't know how film review, a team doesn't know exactly what's coming here, but we've had this a bunch where we have kind of a 2 tight end set here, 2 backs, 22 personnel. You got Holsley in a fullback kind of position here, offset, and then you got Haynes in the back. You're going to get that quick little fullback counter back the other side. Now, this is a big hit from both the linebacker and Holsley. Both of them did a great job to take that hit and then keep going. I mean, that credited the Virginia Tech guy, too, because he got bounced back and still came back and made the tackle. So, good for him. But here from this view, we'll be able to see a little better. We tend to run this a lot by the goal line to get out, or short yards when we need a yard. We've run this a bunch now in the last few games. I just think I would know there's got to be some kind of offset to this play. Like, we're going to actually toss it or maybe play action off of it or something, because this play has been run a lot. But let's see the blocking in the scheme here. All right. Okay. So you got a double team here. You could potentially have a double team into appeal. So here to appealing here. Let's see what happens. Go hand off there. Yep. Double team. He actually takes this gap, which I'm assuming maybe that is his gap and this is supposed to be his gap. But either way, it gives us a crease here to get up and through. Holsey, a good job hitting the hole. Boom. I mean, huge hit. Both of them knocked back, but both of them stay up and go right back at it. And I mean, credit to this 6 there, because that was a huge hit and a nice play by him. But we still get about 3 or 4 yards to get some breathing room out of the goal line. All right, let's go to the next play. Let's go back to full speed. All right. All right, so next play, let's see, he's played out. Kind of a tight set here. All right, and a straight give to Maddox. All right, so we'll actually watch this one from the back side. Easier to see the blocking and the stuff here from this view. Okay. Good to see Maddox back again, guys. I know he's been, unfortunately, I know he got hurt first game of the year. He finally got some playing time again now. He's definitely a downfield runner for us and a big back. We definitely need this. We haven't had this for a while, but when he's in, he does hit the hole hard. And again, there's a play coming up where he made that catch out of the backfield. Really nice hands, too, so that was really good. But let's watch this. All right. Again, tight set, Canyon all the way here, Beetham's here, offset H-back. So really kind of like 12 personnel here with a run it back in tight. Let's see what happens. See the blocking. All right. Okay. So kind of everybody washing down here. Let's see. There we go. Double teams. Riggs looks like he's getting double teamed to peel off here to 3. Hat on hat, hat on hat, hat on hat. Looks like Canyon's coming in to do kind of a crack black here. So maybe Riggs is looking for anybody who's coming up in this gap, but it looks like Canyon's coming back inside to find somebody here. Let's see. Yeah, he doesn't. And again, Riggs kind of misses the guy. He kind of gets out here and then the guy slips behind him. Yeah, he comes over and makes the play too. I mean, not that it makes a huge difference, but he does come over and help with the play here. But we still get out. It gets a good 3 or 4 yards. Again, it's just kind of a jumbled mess there, but overall not bad. Decent blocking on that. All right. 3rd and 3. This is a big play here. We needed to get this first down. Backed up. All right. Let's play it out first, and then we'll go back. Empty set. Okay, so, this is another one of these predictable things. I would say 90% of the time when we're in an empty set, we run a quarterback draw out of it. I do know we have run, a little quick screen or some kind of play out of it before. Sometimes we'll motion, of course, the back to the backfield from an empty set to run with it. But again, I would say when there's no motion to the backfield, it's most of the time quarterback draw. So when we're talking about predictability, I just think that's some of the case there. But anyway, all right. Okay, Haynes still gets a good run. We get a really good push by offensive line here. That's the big thing. Let's watch from the back so you can see. Here we go. All right. So you do get motion here, but you don't get running back. You get a tight end motion back. And sometimes we'll do this too where the tight end will come back. He'll kind of wheel, I call the wheel motion. He'll kind of wheel back around and then come and lead block sometimes. This one, I think he just goes across. Yeah, I think we're trying to see kind of the alignment, if they're going to move or not. Let's see. Here we go. Snap. All right. So we got the good thing here is you got basically 1, 2, Virginia Tech, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 guys here, and you got 6 guys for us. So really, it's one-on-one. You got hat on hat, block, and it's really Haynes against 16. Here you go. The nice thing is there's a crease here, but 3 kind of over pursues here, which allows more to sure. So there's to block out here. So there is a crease here. But 98 comes over, so now Haynes is forced to come back. But the problem is now is 16's coming up, 3's here, so now we're kind of stuck. But good job there. Kind of his patience works off here, he gets able to get back on 3, and it blocks out 16. So now you got a crease here. Yeah, get there. So again, pretty good job with patience by Haynes there to kind of wait for the blocks to develop. They kind of was a little bit of a jumble mess with gap scheme there, but I mean we still were able to get, I think, about 4 or 5 yards for the first down there. So either way, it worked out pretty good. All right. Okay, let's play this out. 1st and 10. Let's see what we got. Okay, motion out, backfield. There it is, straight dive. Oh yeah. Okay. Boom. Look at that acceleration. There's a couple things I want to point out on this or make this play really good. One is the blocking and the play itself, but then the fundamentals by Holsley running the ball is just so good to see. All right, so let's watch this back. Okay, I'll watch it from this view. Slow it down. All right. Here you go. You got Rutledge pulling backside. I think this is one of these where he puts a monster hit on this pull back here. So you got Byrne pulling, Rutledge pulling. Then you're going to have to give to Holsley. He's going to find the crease coming up here. Let's watch the blocking. All right, here we go. So you get a wash down, wash down, wash down. Everybody flowing this way. And then you got 2 backside pulls here. All right. And you got Rutledge. Man, I love seeing this when he goes and pulls and hits somebody here. 33. Does a good job trying to come up and fill this and seal the edge, but boom. Rutledge, big hit here. You got Byrne following through for 16. So the great thing is you got a push down. 3 is washed out here. He's coming up and get washed out in the bunch. So now you create the crease, and boom, he's out. Boom. Good block by Byrne here. Crease, and then Holsley acceleration. Now, here's the thing I want to point out. When you're running the ball, you play football, one of the biggest things when you're young and running the ball is you always, if you can, shift the ball away from the defender, right? The fundamentals of not keeping the ball to the play side here, to the tackle side. All right, see there? Boom. Shift to the left hand. Perfect fundamentals. You also notice when he's getting ready to get tackled, he tightens up both hands on the ball to prevent any kind of stripping or any kind of issues here. You see that? Boom. And then you see the play come up. Tightens to 2 hands. Great job. Great job. Huge gain. Great play there. Great blocking as well. All right. Let's go back. Let's go back to full speed. All right. Okay, let's play it out. Trips left, single back set. Looks like one tight end, one running back. Okay, here's the dreaded screen. It gets blown up, right? It mostly because of poor blocking, but also because Virginia Tech was aggressive on it. So let me go back to this view. All right, and let's watch from the half speed. Okay, so a couple of things here. I mean, you can see they're most likely in a zone because you don't have anybody directly over Rutherford, right? Usually in the slot, it's usually the linebacker's job or the safety here to get the slot. You can see when I think do we motion here? Let me see. I can't remember. Let's see if we motion or not. Okay, no. All right. So he starts crashing up. I think that's because they know when we run trip set here, a lot of the times we're going to run the little bubble screen out here. He's going to come back out and bubble back out. All right, now watch. Canyon just unfortunately whiffs a block here. He gets totally juked out of his socks, runs untouched, blows up this play. So again, I get it. Like, yes, the screen gets blown up like this a few times a game for us, and it's very frustrating because we're starting off 4 yards behind the stick. But a lot of it's just from poor perimeter blocking. It's not so much the play call as it is just you got to stay on your block there. You can't get juked out like that. That's just you can't do that. I mean, I don't know what else to say. That's just horrible perimeter blocking. All right, let's go. Don't need to watch that again. Kind of know. We'll just go back full speed. Let's play through. Little fake play action again. Blows up. Boom. All right. Let's go to the next play. All right, so now we're like second and 14 or so. We lost about 4 yards on that. All right, let's play it out. Okay, here we go. Play action. All right. Boom. Awesome run by Harpering. All right, so let's go back and let's slow this down. All right, so the cool thing about this is Harpering actually starts out on the outside, and then he motions back into the slot. So you kind of get a feel for what covers they're in based on how the movement goes with him moving around. The nice thing is he runs a nice little route behind the linebackers. Again, we have this problem too, right, on our defenses. I don't know if they were supposed to drop back a little bit more and sit, but they're very close up to the line, which allows Harpering to slide in right behind them. We'll run a little bit slower speed here so you guys can see the breakdown. All right, four receivers, one back. Here we go. You got a little play action to draw them in, right? That's part of the thing, right? The play action, even though it may be a quick fake or whatever, it does tend to bring in linebackers in, which allows Harper to slide in behind. Here you go. King sees it. Already sees how close they are to the line of scrimmage. I think Harper could have actually took this even more, a little bit further back and caught this, but it's okay. It goes here. All right, great throw by King, leads him. Now Harper, boom. Great job running off of that, breaking a block. I mean, turns that from a 5-yard gain to like a 9 or 10-yard gain. That was awesome. You can see from this other side, from the back view, that Haynes really throws this at a good angle because there is some traffic here, and he really does a good job avoiding arms, getting the ball knocked down, and hits Harper on a good little angle here. Here we go. Just go full speed. Here we go, boom. You can see here, he goes there, guy's right in his face, makes a good throw here. I mean, obviously that's a lot of distraction there. It makes a great throw, leading Harper, and boom, and then bam. Yeah, I really appreciate Harper coming on lately, making great catches, and then after the catch, just the yak yards here, getting yards after catch. All right, here we go. Next play, first down. Oh, no, actually, I'm sorry. It's 2nd and 1 or 3rd and 1 here. All right, motion back. Yep. Okay. Fake toss. There it is. Okay. So, I mean, again, we run the fake toss off of various formations, but again, it's the same concept. This one, we actually have an H-back, tight end, motion back into the backfield to block. So here we go. Oops, sorry, guys. Went back too far. All right, here we go. All right. So you're going to get, H-back. Go back here. Okay, so tight end motions back to create a 2-back set. Going to be a lead blocker on the toss. So you're going to fake the toss here and then quarterback power right in the middle here. Let's see. Let's see if Virginia Tech's defense goes with this or not. All right. You got a pulling guard here. And then, fake toss. Let's see. Yep. So you got crashing here. Doesn't really go as much, but he has to be responsible for him. So it's another guy out of the box. Let's see. We'll be able to see this better from the back view here. But good blocks. Good blocks. I think Byrne missed the block there. But let's look from the backside. All right. Try to speed this up. All right. Here we go. Let's watch here. All right, so motion back. All right, here we go. All right, fake toss. All right, now let's slow this down real quick. Okay, so pulling guard here. So I believe that's Rutledge. Rutledge is kicking out 26. Byrne is supposed to be getting 20 here, I think. Let me see what happens here. Yeah. So 94 kind of pops off, so Byrne just takes the immediate guy, which is 94. Let's just see. Yeah, I mean, again, he really should be blocking out 20 here, and he shouldn't. So maybe more of miss block here. He helps him 94, which I get, but then it allows 20 to close the hole and make the tackle here, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. So if Byrne was able to go in and kick out 20 and he stayed on his block, you could see now we have a big crease right here. That would have been a big gain. King does a great job still powering through, getting the first down for about 5 or 6 yards, but that could have been a 20, 30-yard gain probably if we had held on our blocks there. All right, let's see. Okay, all right, 2-back set, motion. Okay, fake handoff. Oh yeah, here we go. The dreaded pass interference. Oh no, this is one Rivers. Oh yeah, great. Okay, now here's what's crazy on this play, and you'll see this. I'll go back to the start. We actually could have gotten a pretty big gain, I believe, on this pass out here to the running back. Let me just watch this again. No, that's not it. Which is the one? Oh, this is what I want to point out. There's Hosley goes back to help backside chip block here. He kind of falls down, but if we wanted to run something else off of this play, if you notice, he could have just chip blocked and then just funneled back out here. There is no one within 30 yards of Hosley if we want to do a little throwback pass here. You can see here. All right. So again, still a great route by Rivers. Kind of a deep dig, deep kind of a post route here. You got him going about 25 down and cutting over, which again, great throw by. We'll play this so you guys see this. All right. Again, awesome throw by Haynes. A little high, but I mean on the money. Leading him, great catch by Rivers in traffic, awesome point down. But if you go back and watch this, and we'll watch it in slow motion. All right, so we kind of have a pulling guard for the backside blocking help here. So you see Haynes goes out, he's going with him. But if you watch Hosley here, he fakes it, and then he goes and chip blocks here, and he kind of falls down. Now, if he could have just bounced off of that and just sat over in the flat, if King would have turned and looked and thrown that, this linebacker is following his eyes over here. If he throws it back here, I mean, you're talking about maybe a touchdown here. I mean, there's nobody within 40 yards of this play if he didn't fall down and we threw it back. So just a thought. I know they see film too. I would think that Buster might say, hey, at some point you run this same play and he just kind of chip blocks and then falls off and it's wide open here. But either way, great catch by Rivers and then holding that ball in traffic and getting down. Big game. Awesome play there. All right. Let's see. Now we're down the red zone. All right, let's see. Oh, it's the other side. Yeah, let's play this out real quick. You can see the throw from this side. All right, good blocking there. Good pass pro. Good throw by Haynes. Yep. Nice play. All right, let's see what we got here. In the red zone, 1st and 10. Let's see what we got. All right, trips left, single back set. All right. Okay. Straight give to Jamal. All right. I think this is one we could probably watch from the other side and see the better blocking in this one because it's a handoff in the middle. Here we go. All right, slow it down. Let's see. All right. So again, Virginia Tech, 4-3, defensive end standing up. I mean, a 4-2, I'm sorry. 4-2. We got about, 7 or 8 guys in the box here. All right, let's see what's happened here. See what the blocking scheme here is. All right. Double team. So a lot of double. We do a lot, right? Double team to a, peel layer block, whatever you want to call it, where you slide off here. Good block out. It looks like it may be a zone read, actually, because he's leaving that defensive end uncovered. So this could be a zone read, which, again, this is the right read. If the defensive end crashes down, Haynes keeps it around the outside. If he stays out here, then it's a give to the running back. So a good read here. Okay, we got hat on hat. He gets around the outside, but this is going up the middle, no big deal. Blocking here. Let's see, where does this get stuffed up? All right. Another thing here, Jamal. I think this is Jamal. Again, missing the hole. The hole is here. The crease is here, and he's running into more traffic. I don't know if he's trying to bounce this. I don't know exactly, but there's nothing here. I don't know exactly the vision here, but again, this is the hole. Again, he goes back to there. I mean, still a good gain. He gets about, I think, 4 or 5 yards on that. But again, just a little bit of vision problems right now for Jamal, I think. It feels like there's missing some holes at times. All right, second down and 6. Got about 4 yards on that. All right. Okay, pistol set. H-back motions out. Okay, a little power. Yeah, a little stretch power outside. Okay. All right, so let's go back and let's watch that in slow motion from this view. All right. Okay, so you got pistol set, offset, 2 running backs. We run this a lot, formation a lot. Beetham, I think, goes in motion to go ahead and get outside as a lead blocker. So he goes in motion. Here we go. Yep, so you got Beetham lead blocking, Holsley lead blocking for Jamal on a little outside stretch power here. So Holsley should be picking up here. Beetham should be picking up here. Block out here. We should have a crease here. I think on this one, Jamal should have bounced this or run straight to the sideline, but he kind of tries to turn it up, and this could have been a much bigger gain here, I think. So we hand off here. Yep. All right. So Holsley has a decision because on these stretch outside plays, most of the time, this guy's not going to make that play from that angle. He's going to have to be already up a lot closer or going out more. So Holsley has a decision to either go ahead and get him or kind of go ahead and get the next guy in line. So he kind of goes around and gets him here. Beetham, I believe, misses a block here or lets this block go. Yeah. So, see, as soon as you saw that, I know Jamal was already trying to make a cut up. I think he thought Beetham was going to block him out and he's going to cut it up here. But really, it should have been a straight to the sideline because I know this guy's here, but I think Jamal could have outran him at the first down. You can see here, he cuts it up and then he gets blown up. 20 also comes across the backside, and I think Riggs misses this block. On the backside tackle, he's supposed to be getting up and cutting off this backside linebacker, but he doesn't get to him. You can see here, he actually comes over and makes the play from the backside. If you watch 70 here, let's see. I don't know, McKinney. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay. It's Riggs from the other side. Okay. Yeah, he was supposed to pick up 20 crossing. He doesn't, but either way, there's a couple missed blocks there. I think Jamal could have took that to the corner and actually got more yards out of that, but it's all right. Still an okay gain, about 4 yards again. So now it's 3rd and 1, I believe. You can watch it from this side too. Yeah, so here we go. Riggs coming out. I know he tried to do a chip block and then go out. He should have just probably straight went out and picked up 20. If he seals him off, there's a chance of getting more yards on this. But again, you see 20, great scraping coverage there from a linebacker. I mean, he got out there quick to make this play. So if he's not there, Jamal maybe could have got through, cut out that. But again, good tackle by 20 there. Good play. All right, it's 3rd and 3. All right, single back set. Back to the spacing again. Let's see if you do the same. Okay, so we ran a different variation off of this. So again, it's the first time. The first 2 times we ran this, we had the inside counter handoff back through. This time it's actually a fake and then a Haynes carry. So let's see. Yep, motion out of it. Okay, so fake jet sweep actually, and then I guess Jamal's supposed to either block here or come back in to block here. Let's see. Yep. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. I think, I don't know if Haynes took that inside. We should have bounced that out. Let's watch that from the other side because that's hard to tell there. But, all right, so let's see here. Got the motion going across. Fake jet sweep. Now, I don't know if this is an actual option or not, if he has the option to give this on the jet sweep, or if this is just a design fake, because I think he actually could have got outside on this because 26 is coming down inside. I think if he gave that might have been a give read, but I don't know if that's actually the play, but because it seemed like that was kind of a token handoff there, a fake. But all right, I think we just had too many hats here. You got 14 unblocked, and then Jamal's kind of blocking 2 guys here. I think they just kind of got caught, and then Haynes tried to cut it up here in the middle. It's just too much traffic. So I don't know. Again, that could be a fake. That should have been a jet sweep if he had the option, but it seemed like that was just kind of a token fake there. But all right, here we go. I think we ended up settling for the field goal. I think it's when we went up 18-0. I think. All right, now again another punt back up on the 1 again. Now, as we all know, fullback formation here. Back. This usually is a fullback give. Let's see what happens here. Try to get him jump off sides. They don't. Now, there's a check here, and I think what he actually checks is the play side of where it's going. So, or the blocking scheme change, because usually this is kind of like a little counter kind of a thing back to this side, but he actually kind of runs it power this way, and you'll see the blocking from the other side where I think we kind of decide to like triple team the defensive tackle here. And I think we're just worried about getting out of the end zone here. So we'll watch it from this side, and then the other view will give you a better view. Yeah, you'll see the blocking here, which is kind of confusing to me. I don't know if it's designed or it's missed, but you'll see it here. So let's slow it down. All right, here we go. All right, so let's see. All right, so you see the check here. I think the sideline either. Again, I think there's probably formations obviously we can run differently, but usually it's Holsley kind of coming back inside this other side, backside A gap or kind of under the center here, but he kind of runs it straight through here. So I think we kind of changed the play here. But you're going to see everybody kind of crashing on three people. We got Rutledge, Carney, and I think it's either Byrne or Beetham. They all kind of just block the same guy, this defensive tackle. So something here, I think Rutledge is trying to go out to linebacker, and maybe they're doubling here, but I think Byrne should have kicked out here or blocked 41 here. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. Again, I think they're thinking 31 is going to go with the pitch man, so he's out, but Beetham should be going out block here. And you can see it's just kind of a weird double team there. And then the guy, because the guy doesn't go out on the outside fake, he just comes in and makes the tackle. Again, I understand the concept. They thought maybe the defensive end on the outside or the linebacker would go out here, and he didn't. Nobody was accounting for him. So, again, it's just kind of a weird blocking thing there. I think there might have been some mess up there. But, again, only about a 1 or 2 yard gain off that. All right. Okay, 2nd and 8. Still pinned back. All right. Let's see what happens. All right. Do a check, kind of see their alignment. We'll do this occasionally like a lot of teams do to get up fast. And then I believe this is the one where he catches out of the backfield. Maddox does. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah. There it is. Yeah, great hands. Great catch there. All right. So I think when the check happened, I think what they were trying to see was they saw how many guys were in the box here and up to the line. I think this was maybe a run initially, maybe some kind of, power handoff or a zone read or something like that. But I think they saw everybody's crowding in. They probably see there's nobody out here on the outside. Yeah, I see the check here. Hold on. So I think they see everybody's creeping up and they're expecting runs. So they're like, hey, let's get outside here. So the shift, you can see Maddox shift over to the right. Now he's probably getting more of so you can get a head start here to the right side. Let's see. So this linebacker, it could be here the safety's responsibility as well, but typically it's probably this linebacker responsible for him. He should be going out to get here, but I don't think either late. Okay, well, tight end too. So I would guess most of the time the linebacker's supposed to have the running back and the safety would have the tight end here, but it looks like they both kind of follow the tight end. Again, you do have a dig route here that's open as well. And then you got Maddox out there. Yep. I think it's just kind of poor coverage. Again, it looks like they're maybe in a zone. Virginia Tech was in a zone, and they weren't expecting to pass there. So it was a great play call because there's nobody really on Maddox, and he had a wide open. Again, great catch for him and turning up, getting about 9 yards there, 7-8 yards there. But good play, good hands by Maddox. Watch it from this side. All right, check. Maddox shift. All right, you see it? Boom, good throw by Haynes, good catch, good run. All right, let's go to the next play. Okay. All right, see this play out here. Single back set, motion by tight end, fake toss, power. Yeah. Okay, so again, this is where I feel like people are probably watching this and think, oh, this is repetitive, it's not working. But I think let's see what the blocking happened here and see. Most of the time when this play doesn't work, it's usually because we're outnumbered by defenders or there's a missed block here. Let's see what happens. Okay, motion. So you're going to have pulling guard and then motioning it inside. So you should have 2 lead blockers. I'm thinking maybe Haynes snapped this a hair early because it didn't give him close enough time to get. It seems like he's kind of far here, but maybe not. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, yeah, fake toss. Let's slow it down a little bit so we can see this easier. Fake toss. Okay. Yeah, all right. So let's go back. Okay. All right. So watch it from the backside again. Look at where we missed blocks here. All right. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're kind of in a 5-2 right here. So we already got a lot of guys in the box. I mean, you got a 5-2, almost like a bear front here. I think maybe this is where we check out of something here because there's a lot of guys in the box, and we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blockers. There's probably 8 guys in the box. Let's see. All right. So you got motion here. Okay, you're bringing another guy in here, so now you got an extra guy on the block. But I feel like that was snapped a hair early, I think. All right, here we go. Pulling guard, washout block, kick out block, hat here, hat there. So you got 26, so I believe that's Rutledge. Rutledge should have 26. And then he's tossing, so 11 should be going out to Maddox there. So it should be a lead block by Byrne here, getting 41 if this was all blocked out right. But let's see what happens here. Okay, so Rutledge gets kind of caught up in the traffic here, and then Byrne runs in the back of him. So now we have one guy blocking 2 people here. Okay, there you go, yep. Now, I don't know what Byrne is doing here. Maybe he's thinking King is running on the outside because he just completely runs by and chooses not to block 26, who then makes the play and tackles him. So I'm not 100% sure what Byrne is doing. He's just running out in space looking for somebody. He's not blocking anybody. That's pretty horrible. I don't know what's going on there. That's just a totally missed block. Yeah. So again, I mean, we talk about this play not being successful. If Byrne had sealed out 26, Haynes could have bounced that out, and that could have been a decent gain. And then we're not saying it's a bad play, but again, a lot of this stuff when you slow it down, you watch it, it's just different thing with blocking and this block here. All right, see the next play. Okay, kind of a tight set. Motion H back out to the boundary here. Play action boot. All right, here's the pass interference. Yeah. Okay. So obviously, as we all know, that was clear pass interference. The guy never played the ball, totally wrapped up Canyon when the ball was coming down. That should have absolutely been a flag. You see Key here, as we all did, super pissed off because he should be, because that's definitely pass interference. But a couple things I want to point out here on this play. I'll watch it from this side. So one is, first I'll say is, King definitely underthrew that ball. If he had thrown that, he puts a lot of air on that, and I know it's to give Canyon time to get there, but the problem was it was too much air, and it gave the defender time to catch up. If he had thrown that more on a rope and accurately, that was a walk-in touchdown there, because Canyon had him beat by 4 or 5 yards. That should have been a touchdown. But let's see the blocking and stuff here. So, all right. Here you go. All right. Pulling guard in the backside to block here. We do a lot of this with Pass Pro, which is fine. I mean, it is. Just don't see it too much a lot. But we tend to run it a lot. It's probably because when linebackers see a pulling guard, they assume it's probably going to be a run. That's probably why we do this, so that it keeps coverage up. But you got Rutledge coming back to block on the backside. Play action. Harrison Moore, not a great block here. You can see that this guy gets by him, and that's why. I don't know if it's supposed to be a boot or it's just King running, but you see he takes off, he gets back up. It's a good job getting repositioning, his feet set, and he throws, but he underthrows this. I mean, you look, Canyon has him beat by 4 or 5 yards. I mean, if that's thrown, not sailed so high and just floated up there, I mean, that's a walk-in touchdown. But it's underthrown, gives him time to come back, totally wrapped him up, should have been pass interference. Move on to the next play, but, missed call there for sure. All right, let's see the next play. All right, motion cross. Now you can see we have trips right and motion, so nobody's to the boundary now. And you got a corner here, which again, if nobody's over here, the corner tends to usually cheat back to the middle of the field, but then you have some leverage here depending on what you run. Let's see what we do here, okay? All right, so again, little bubble screen, tunnel screen, okay. So again, we're talking about screens. This is one that worked well. I mean, we got 15 yards on this. So not every screen is effective, of course. But again, let's go back to the big view so we can see exactly what happened here in the blocking, in the perimeter blocking. All right. Let's go back. All right. Okay, we'll pause this real quick, slow it down so we can see the perimeter blocking here. All right, so you're going to have a play action, fake to Haynes, and then a throwback little tunnel bubble screen here. All right, so you got motion here. So now you're going to have an extra blocker. So you already have trips out here. Now you're bringing 3 guys. So you're pretty much getting 1, 2, 3 blockers for Malik, and you have really 1, 2, 3 guys. So really you should have a hat on hat, and this play should work well because you're going to have a numbers advantage here going this backside. because nobody follows him. They're definitely in a zone because you see the corner did not go with him, or it could be a shift over. I mean, because again, there's nobody at the boundary, so it could be that he's supposed to pick him up now. But here we go. Safety starts to crash, but you already got lead blocker here, and now with the motion, you got lead blocker here. So let's see what our perimeter blocking does. All right, so he decides to crash inside, trying to cut this there. He's just going to seal him out, pulls himself. Okay, actually, still seals himself out. Great block here, and Malik, great acceleration, gets to the hole, gets upfield, perfectly executed there. Good blocks, good play there. And it's a good look. It's a good schematic advantage by Buster there, getting the numbers. You had a 3-on-3 plus the runner there, so you had a numbers advantage. It worked great. So excellent play there. All right, we can watch it from this side really fast. Just get through this one. There. Yep, gets himself out. Now, I'm going to go back and show this really quick because I'm still uncertain with the rule changes. I know we're not supposed to be any kind of crackback blindside blocks. I think you're not supposed to block back toward the line of scrimmage nowadays. So I think it's harpering here, I believe. I mean, this is a low kind of a back to the line of scrimmage block. I think this could have been called for a cut block or something here. Again, I'm so unsure nowadays with the call, but you can see here, he definitely takes him out low and back toward the thing. So I think that could have been called. I don't know. They obviously didn't see it. Or maybe they didn't think it was. But again, just unsure about that because nowadays the rules change so much. I don't know what is. Just like we don't know what a catch is anymore. All right. So good play. 15 yards. All right. Kind of a bunch set. Now this is pretty cool because let me see. I think this is the play. I think it is. Yep. Yeah, all right. So this is the play that we scored on Syracuse multiple times on. Now what's cool about this play, if you go back and watch this from the start, we are on the very much on the right hash. You have a stacked, kind of a tight set, but a really loaded to the right side of the boundary, the short side of the field, right? You have nobody over here. I mean, you got the corner, the nickel over here, but there is literally nobody over here. So then we have a motion. Okay, I think it's Patterson going across. Yep. All right, so then you have the motion, but then it's just pretty much one-on-one, and then you'll see here we're going to do the play action, a little tight end slip route. So he's going to slip out like he's blocking and then slip out here and think, and there is nobody out here. Okay, the play action keeps this linebacker in here. It allows him to slide out. He doesn't realize till too late. And then again, I know when you're real time, this is live action, it's hard to be disciplined to stay on this route, especially when he looks like he's going to block, he slips out. But again, great play design because there is nobody out here except one-on-one. There you go. Harpering, good block. At least Patterson gets his way. Harpering, great job getting upfield and a great play. But great play design, especially when you're that tight on the boundary side over there to run that play. See it from this side. Patterson in motion. Fake give. Slips out, boom, nobody there. Patterson gets in the way at least to seal him out, and then, yep, great play there. Okay, let's see. All right, 1st and 10. Okay, pistol again. All right, motion out. Okay. Play action. Same play, opposite side, just running out of a slightly different variation here. So literally the exact same play to the opposite side. I mean, why not, right? You just get a big gain on. Let's try it on the other side. They can't defend it, right? See if they can defend it. So Patterson motion again, same thing. Wide receiver motion. It might literally be the same play. He just slips out again. Again, 3 doesn't get on him. 3's his guy. He's too late. Harpering again with another big hit, blasting up people. He had a great game this game. But again, same thing. Another good gain for us there. All right. Trips left. 3 receivers. Offset H-back. Pistol. Let's see what they're going to do. Okay, zone, little zone stretch power here. Yeah, this is a missed block. Okay, so let's see. Let's take a look from the back so we can see the blocking. All right, here we go. All right, so again, standard formation, little offset H-back tight end here, pistol. We had trips over to this side over here. Let's see. One of the rare plays we don't have pre-snap motion. All right, again, so basically, I'll do this so I can rewind it back. Okay. So this is a zone blocking scheme, right? So basically, let's slow it down so we can see this a little better. All right. You're going to have everybody moving down the play side, and they all have their kind of their zone areas they move down and block. You get whoever's in your zone. So everybody is flushing down this way. You kind of get whoever's in your zone, you pick up and block. And the idea is you're trying to out leverage them to the outside by moving down. You get a seal block there, seal block there. Should be a kick out block here. But Fusel whiffs. That's okay, doesn't make the play, but then we have Burn here with another whiff, and then boom, you get a tackle for nothing. I mean, guys, I will say our tight ends have gotten better. They're more involved. Blocking, I think, has gotten better as I look at more film here and look at some of the more recent games. I think you'll see it gets better, but this game for sure, we had some really bad blocks by tight ends. Just, I think we all knew that they were some of our lowest graded players. There's a reason for that. There's definitely a lot of bad blocking here, but then again, we had two basically Olay blocks here, and Jamal gets blown up, and you see Jamal gets very pissed here. I think he knows there was probably a play outside if there's a block, but Byrne just totally whiffed it there. Frustrating, but you know, it is what it is. All right, again, got a tight set here. Triple shift at the same time. 3 motion there, shifting it all to the other side. Let's see. Okay, snap. All right, quick little in route, dig route, little 5-yard dig to Rivers. Let's watch that again from the. Let's watch that. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Let's watch that from. Get a little closer here. I'll slow it down so we can see the routes and stuff here. Okay, so let's see. All right, so again, we had kind of a bunch set to the left, then we shift everybody to the right. Let's see what they do here. Okay, so you got. Oh, okay, I remember this play too. This could have been a big gain to Jamal, I believe, as well. We kind of had Byrne leading out as a lead blocker and kind of a little, little wheel swing route out here to Jamal, I believe. Yeah. Okay, if you look here, I mean, we have nobody out here right now. If he just throws this as a swing route, I mean, you have a lead blocker and all day outside. Rivers runs a little 5-yard, little hitch route here, which again, it works. It's open. You got spot in the zone here. He's back, so I get it. Haynes wanted to get the kind of easy first down here, but again, if he throws this out here, you got a lead blocker and nobody else. And look, safety's falling. I mean, you're talking about if he gets a block here, I mean, he could have took this to the house maybe. But again, pretty much close to the first down, right at the first down, 4 or 5 yards there, but that could have been a much bigger play for sure. I think it's 3rd and 1 here. Let's see. Well, this is from the other side. We'll watch this thing here real quick again. I believe this next play is 3rd and 1. I think we got like 4.5 on that. I think we're like a yard short, so I think it's 3rd and 1 here. Let's see. Oh, 4th and 1. Forgive me, that was 3rd down. So 4th and 1. All right, here we go. Yep. Jamal's on the wing. He shifts back. This is that wheel. All right, so we started doing that. I really like this. Pretty cool concept. We started doing this a few games ago where we have the running back out wide and then motion and back. He kind of does that wheel motion almost to get a running head start back through. You have a tight end here, kind of like a fullback on the pistol. All right, fake toss, boot. Oh yeah, this is a nice play. A little slip tight end route here, drag. Okay, yeah, this is a great play design. We'll definitely watch this one back in slow motion here. All right, so let's go back and do this. Great 4th down play call here. So fake toss. Getting a lot of motion over here. Then you got a boot, so someone has to account for the boot. But then you got Beetham sliding. He actually slips and falls down. You'll see this from the other side too. But he actually gets there and he slides around and gets wide open for this little drag route here. But boot by King. All right, I mean, King could have honestly just run that. I think he has enough speed to probably outrun him to the corner at the first down. But then you see Beetham slides wide open because his guy does not go there. Wide open drag. Nice little soft touch there. Make catchable for Beetham. Good hands. Good run out. Now, I think we all know this should have been a touchdown. I know they ruled this down at the 1. And again, we end up getting kind of screwed here because I think we end up getting a field goal out of this. But that should have been a touchdown. But really great play design there on that boot action. We'll watch it from the other side. All right. Motion. That wheel motion back. Fake toss right there. Beetham slips out. Boom. Got him. And then you see her even from this side. I mean, I think that should have been a touchdown. He broke the plane there for sure. That should have been a touchdown. All right, so now we're 1st and goal on like the half-yard line. We run a quarterback sneak here. Again, just not blocking. They get a lot of pressure up here. I think on that second push, it looks like he gets across. They call it, I think it was offsides on Virginia Tech, so it ends up being a first down again on the goal line for us. But, you know, you can see it from here this side, see a better view. But basically, they get underneath us. They get leverage here. We don't get a lot of push. But that second push from Jamal, I think pushing him forward, I think he crossed there, but it's probably too hard to tell. But again, Virginia Tech was lined up off sides, I think. So I think we got, again, first down from the 1 again. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So see the next play. All right. There. Quarterback. Yeah. Okay. Little quarterback sweep power here. We just get blown up. So let's go to the other view, and then we'll slow it down and see what happened here. Okay. So let's pause, and then let's go here. All right. So obviously jumbo set here. We got 3 tight ends. So 13 personnel here. Holsey's in the backfield. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right. So you get a little bit of a cut block here. Double team looks like here. Block here, and you got a double team maybe, and you got Carney pulling, and it should be Holsley lead blocking here. I think, I'm trying to remember here if this is, yeah, again. All right, so 13 again. Now Rutledge kind of seemed like he let him go. Like, I don't know if this was supposed to be like a chip and then move, but either way, 13 had a bunch of plays in this game that he made, but he gets off Rutledge basically right there and makes the play. I think if Rutledge had stayed on him, I think Haynes could have bounced this outside and easily scored. But again, I don't know the blocking scheme on that, what was supposed to happen, but it just seemed like Rutledge kind of let him go, so it didn't seem like that was supposed to be the blocking there. Could have been a zone play or a stretch where somebody's supposed to pick him up inside of him or outside, whatever it was, and he just didn't get him. Anyway, we lost about 2 or 3 yards. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 4 or 3 or so. All right, so single back set, 1 offset H-back, 3 receivers. Let's see. Got motion right, then motion back left. We're probably seeing how they're moving. Okay, snap. There. Play action. Okay, here we go. Yep. This is the throw to Canyon. Great catch here in traffic, pulling this down concentration. This is the one where we get a hold on Rutledge. So let's speed this up. Watch it from the backside here, or the overview. All right, here we go. So watch, we'll get a motion back. Motion, we're probably seeing if they're in man or zone, seeing how they're moving. All right, go here, play action. Okay blocking, okay here. So everybody so far, pass pro's not bad, but then you'll see right there, Rutledge gets beat and does grab him, unfortunately. But you can't fault Big Red too much. I mean, he makes so many good plays here, but this was one again. Surprise, who beats him 13? Copeland for Virginia Tech. So you see here, it gets through. We'll slow it down here so we can kind of see this really quick. Kind of gets through, gets underneath him, gets around outside. I mean, Haynes could have maybe stepped up a little bit, but either way, he wrapped him up a little bit. And again, great catch by Canyon, though. I mean, the concentration there to hold that ball. I mean, man, he's got great hands. I'm really excited about him, as I think everybody else is for the next year or two. As long as we can keep him, he's makes some great plays. All right. So let's see. Okay, I think we got a field goal out of that. I believe ended up getting a field goal. All right, snap, throw. Okay, great catch by Canyon. All right, again, nice little dig route here. 7, 8 yard dig route. We'll watch it from the back here. See it. Let's watch it a little slower so we can see pass pro here. All right, you got Haynes motioning out to a single back set. Snap. Let's see the pass pro here. All right, double team here. Good blocking. Not bad. Oh, yeah, this is the one where Carney gets blown up. Carney gets absolutely just flattened here. Thankfully, Haynes got the ball out quick because Carney got whooped on that one. All right, good catch by Canyon. Nice grab there. Kind of breaks the tackle. Gets back through there, but again, good hands, nice play. Haynes got up quick, but man, Carney just got his lunch eaten there. It's okay. It happens once in a while. Probably footwork needs to improve there. Like he kind of had flat feet and not leveraged himself there. All right, single back set. Canyon motions across. Okay, play action. Okay, another little bubble screen. All right. Again, I mean, these screens, again, if they're blocked well, I mean, they're going to get you, especially if Virginia Tech or any defense is playing off the ball. You're looking at an easy 5 yard gain at a time if it's blocked well. I mean, that's the main thing. So let's go back and look at the perimeter blocking here. All right, so again, one of these where we motion the receiver the opposite side to go ahead and create an extra blocker over here, which is again smart stuff, right? It's numbers. So you got 1-2 for 1-2. So you got 2-1-2. He is here as outside and responsible, but again, by the time he gets over there, Malik or whoever that is probably fast enough, Eric, whoever's over there, to get outside of there. So you go, fake handoff. The nice thing is, even though that play action is small and short, I mean, you can you'll see it kind of sucks him in a little bit. So again, it's creating a little more time for the receiver here. All right. Okay, you got Rivers, so you got Canyon who motion blocking here, and then Rutherford blocking the safety. 20 has to get out here, but you can see he got pulled in, so it's creating that more of a timing and space. Rivers catches it. Good acceleration, gets outside. Again, 20 makes the tackle, but again, it's 6-7 yards downfield. I mean, you're still getting 6 or 7 yards easily on that when the blocking and it's executed well. All right, let's watch this next play. Oh, it's the back view. Hold on. Watch it here. Okay, there. Okay. Yep. Again, first down. Good play. 6-7 yards easily there. All right. Let's see. All right. Trips right. Single back with the tight end. A little motion, fake motion, come back counter. All right. Pretty bad blocking there. This is really just a great individual play by Haynes, and then a good catch by Seether, and then a good little cutback move to get more yards and catch. But really, you can see here, and we'll watch it from the back view, even better to see this. But all right, so you're gonna get a little half motion kind of comeback, little counter comeback, fake play action here. Okay, got it there. But you'll see we get beat outside. I think we actually get 2 guys get beat here. Yeah. So Fusel pulls, basically gets beat inside, and then on a speed rush again, McKinney gets beat on the outside. Good thing is Haynes feels his pressure, is able to, with his athletic ability, get outside and beat this, and then make a great throw on the run to Seither here coming back. So he comes out, he kind of sees Haynes scrambling, so then he turns around back to him. He's like, hey, I'm open. I got a big gap here. So on the run, he's about to get hit. Haynes makes a great throw here on the run, accurate, boom, and then nice little hesitation move there after the catch, get a few more yards. Again, just a great play. Not great blocking there for sure. Let's speed it up and get back to the backside so you guys can see the blocking from the overview here. All right. Again, speed rush gets us here. Let's see. Fusel pulls. Again, he kind of gets inside of him here. So we got 2 guys right in his face. Again, great play by Haynes. Throws it. Boom. All right. Big play, first down, especially when the game was close. That was a big play there to keep the momentum going when we got down by 1 score. All right, you got Rutherford going back jet motion there. Okay, handoff, little inside counter trap there. All right, great run by Jamal. All right, let's go back. Let's watch that. Okay, speed. All right, so again, 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 1 running back. Trips to the left. You got Malik motioning to the right. And a lot of times what we'll do here is when Malik will motion behind the play, we tend to throw kind of a bubble screen off of this a lot. I find if he goes in front, we don't tend to run the screen. I don't know if that's a tell or a giveaway for us, but I've noticed that I'm watching some film review here. It tends to be when our receiver goes behind it, it tends to be kind of a bubble screen here, but here we go. All right, so Malik turns it up here to block. Let's see what we got. Okay, so we got a wash down by these 3 and then 2 pulls, right? So you got Fusel and McKinney pulling around the backside. 33 just goes straight and runs straight up and advances. So Fusel's able to actually kind of just wash him out back here, I believe. Oh, he actually just runs by the play. So he goes so far back, he just runs by the play. Runs himself out of it. Good block by Carney there. Then you got a lead blocker with with McKinney coming through. Boom. I think this one actually, he kind of hits both guys. He gets kind of caught in no man's land because there's 2 guys here, and he gets enough of 16 for Jamal to get out. Doesn't really block either one of them, to be honest, but we'll see this better from the backside. But still a good run by Jamal. We'll go for the speed it up, go to the backside. All right, here you go. Again, got 3 washing down. Boom, boom, boom. 2 pullers. Okay, see he runs himself out of it. We'll slow it down so we can kind of see this here. Okay, and you see McKinney just kind of, he does get a shoulder into him. He's got two guys here, so he's just trying to do the best he can here. He kind of gets enough bump on him where he can't make the play. And then Jamal, good job breaking that out. Gets outside. Pretty good brimmer blocking down by Malik. And then he got about 8-9 yards. So good play. All right. Okay. Back to the pistol with an offset. H-back, offset running back, two receivers out of that pistol formation. Let's see. Okay, Jamal motioning out. Okay, straight give here. All right, yeah. But, I mean, again, Hosley running hard. I mean, he hits the hole hard, and he just keeps his legs turning. You're going to see it on this backside. Let me pause it so I can slow it down. You're going to see, I mean, Hosley just keeps the legs turning the whole time. All right, so he goes out here. Again, the whole purpose of this is to get less guys out of the box, right? Because somebody's got to come over here to account for the outside potential throw here. All right, so you're going to have pulls. You're going to have left guard pull, tight end pull back to the play. Fusel's going to kick out here. You got a lead blocker. I think it's Byrne coming through here. So here's the thing. So I guess the play is designed to go here, but they kind of over pursue both sides, and this is kind of clogged up. So then Hosley cuts it back up the middle here. Oh, actually, no, he does run through it. So there's a hole, there's a crease there, but I think the play's designed there, and Hosley doesn't see it. He kind of runs through. So he's getting hit here, but you can see he keeps turning his legs through here. Gets through, keeps powering through. He's hit again, breaks another tackle. I mean, he keeps his legs. I mean, he turned that in from a 3-yard gain to like a 7-8 yard gain just from keep powering through. I mean, I love the way he runs the ball. It's pretty awesome. All right, let's go to next play. All right, same thing, same formation. Pistol offset, same thing. Jamal motioning out, and then we're running a little stretch outside and a great jump cut there by Hosley. Boom, man, I love that. I love watching that live when he just knocked him over scoring. All right, this is a great one to watch from the back here. All right, so, all right, slow it down. Okay, same thing here. Literally the same formation we just ran, and even have the same motion outside with Jamal. So again, we're trying to get guys out of the box so that we can have an easier time running in the middle. This time, instead of a pull, we just have pretty much a zone run here, right? Everybody's flowing this side. Everybody's kind of picking up down the line. Now, Virginia Tech is really over pursuing here. They're really trying to crash hardest outside. Hosley does a great job seeing that, jump cutting right up in this hole here. So again, you really shouldn't have two backside responsibilities here. 16 should be coming over to fill this. If 33 is staying back and here at home, he's got the cutback or Haynes on a boot. So I mean, either way, I mean these two. I think there's too many guys here. 16 should have been over. He kind of stays in no man's land. That's the problem. He kind of stays in no man's land here, which allows the crease here. You got to kick out, wash out, double team here. Boom. Great cut, and then just running hard and boom. I mean, absolutely laying the lumber there. All right, great job. Okay, so let's go next play. Now we're up 2 scores again. That was such a huge momentum in the game to get back up 2 scores. All right, 2 back set. Jamal motions out. Straight give. Again, great vision by Hosley here and running hard. I mean, hits the hole extremely hard. Doesn't do a lot of tiptoeing, doesn't do a lot of dancing. He just goes and hits the hole, which is why I like him running the ball. All right, he goes here. All right. Again, this could be a zone read. You kind of see Haynes looking out here. He's probably looking to see if anybody's here. I don't know if there's an end here. It must be way outside if he is. But again, it's a give because there's nobody here crashing down. All right. Yeah, I mean, that probably is who Haynes is reading, but there is nobody here. So it's an easy give read here. Boom. Boom. And then, I mean, just look at Hosley running the ball. Keeps his legs moving. Good job, offensive line. Keep trying to push him through forward. All right. Good run, though. Okay. Let's go to the next. 2nd and 4. We got about 6 on that one. Here we go again. Same formation. Pistol offset. Same motion from Haynes. Okay, pretty much almost the same play. I think we went back to the well on that one. It's literally the exact same play. Let's see if blocking has changed at all on that. All right, so let's see if they blocked this differently at all. Literally, it was the exact same play almost. All right, it goes in motion. Okay, yep, pulling guard. Yeah, so this is like the same play from I think 2 plays ago or so, whenever it was, when we had a pulling guard, tight end power right up here, through here. Problem with this one is we got more penetration, more pushback here. We didn't get as much push up front, so they're kind of already set in the line of scrimmage 2 yards back here. That's a lot of the problem, is we didn't get that. So now you got a jumbled mess here, and Holsey's trying to do his best here to try to squeeze through this gap. I mean, I think he maybe could have bounced this out. Again, it's hard to see this real time and see that kind of thing, but he could have maybe bounced that out. Yeah. Again, just not, had a hard time. Didn't have any room there. It's kind of a jumble mess. That was just, not executed blocking wise. We kind of got pushed back too far on that. All right. So we got a yard, 3rd and 3. All right, here we go. Single back set. Oh, we have 2 tight ends. So you got 12 personnel here. You got power. You got tight end here. Kind of got power side. And then Canyon is motioning back to the power side too. So now we're going to have a lot on this side of the field. All right, so we're going to the field side. All right, snap. Let's see, play action. Okay. Oh, yeah, they'll throw back Jamal. Nice play. We actually had 2 options here. Canyon was actually open also after the motion over to the left. So if you go back and we watch this here, let's play this out so I can go back and time this up a little better. All right. So if you watch here, after Canyon goes in motion, he kind of drifts back over, stays here. There is nobody really on him here. He could have thrown it out there, and Canyon probably could have got a first down too, but let's just see. You can see it here. He goes back. So again, they're in zone, I think. They're shifting back. You can see there's nobody staying with him, so they're in zone here. And if you look, he's going with the running back. Safety is, 5, 10, 15, 17 yards deep. Nobody's covering Isaiah over here. Nobody is. He could have... Haynes is looking at him. I think the play is designed to be a throwback, but he could have thrown it right out there to him. There is nobody within. He could have broke it off and come here, but I still think that Canyon could have got at least probably a first down off of that. Yeah, that's it. But again, Jamal slips out here, and then we'll go. So this is always a good play design. If you could do play action and then go back to the running back, most of the time the defense forgets about him right after the play action. They kind of just go back to looking at the ball, and so if you could do a little slip route, just like we do with tight ends, it's always a good play. So again, you get play action Jamal. Jamal kind of sits here, sells it, and then breaks out. Haynes does a good job throwing back. It's wide open. Nobody's there. Great catch, and then good job turning it up, getting upfield. There you go. Yeah, great job. Good play. Again, we had multiple options there we could have done. We'll watch it full speed from this side. Pretty good pass pro there. A little bit of missed block there, but not terrible. But again, enough to get the job done. All right, let's go next play. All right, jump tights, like two tight ends here, 12 personnel. Okay, good little outside stretch. Got a hold here. And we'll see this from the backside, so you guys can see this better on the hold on Carney. He kind of wraps him up. Again, it's kind of a 50-50 call here, but he definitely looks like I could see why they called it. He kind of wraps around him. So again, 2 tight ends, kind of a power look here, single back in the pistol. All right, so again, kind of what we like to do, a little bit of a bad snap here, kind of a really left, good catch by Haynes here, but kind of everybody washing everybody down, kind of in a zone blocking scheme here. Okay, handoff here. So the whole idea behind this is, right, you're trying to run here, and if you can find a crease here, outside, you're just basically, his job is to look at where is the crease when everybody's sliding down the line. So again, here's the crease created, right? You got the seal block and everybody's front. The seal is there. It's a good play, but you can see it's right here is where Harney gets, and surprise, number 13, who we get the holding call on. He kind of wrapped him up. He throws him back again. It's kind of unfortunate. It was a decent gain, and Carney kind of wrapped him up in the beginning of that play. So negated that. Puts us backed up. Let's see what it's probably I think 1st and 20 now maybe, or 1st and 15, whatever that was called. Okay, so 2 tight ends, single back set, motion Rivers. Let's see what happens here. Play action. Oh yeah. Oh, it's the one where Seether was wide open down the seam. It's good. Just a good play by Virginia Tech. Honestly, we had, and I'll slow it down here so you can see this. But again, motion Rivers to the side. It's a play action to Holsley, pulling guard for the backside blocking, and you can see Seether's running right up the seam, wide open. 41 just does a good job reading the quarterback, getting his hands up. again, it's just, and Haynes didn't throw that too low, honestly. It's just this guy made a good play. That would have been a big gain. I mean, I don't know if he was scored, but it would have been at least a 20, 30-yard gain there. Tips it up. Thank goodness he couldn't find it and then didn't pick it off, but just a good play by 41 there. Unfortunate. All right, let's see what's next. Let's see, we got 2nd and 20. All right, pistol, single back set, motion Stockton. Okay, play action again. Little tunnel screen to Stockton. He dropped it. Yeah, it was set up nice. I don't know if it would have gone much anyway. I think they kind of, you can see Virginia Tech kind of played this well. Like, they didn't sell on this. They kind of stayed home. I don't know if this would have gone much either way, because it basically, you can see here, they were sucked in, but you can tell our linemen, I mean, this is your two guys supposed to be out here blocking, and Stockton's supposed to, in this tunnel screen, basically he's catching out here again and cutting back inside, and they're supposed to block out, but I think if he caught that, maybe he catches it and goes outside with it, and maybe that's his play. I don't know. It's hard to tell, but again, Stockton dropped it, so didn't get anything out of that. But I can't hate on Stockton. He's short-handed. He's made a lot of good catches this year too, super clutch catches. So can't hate on him for a drop once in a while. But all right, here we go. Pistol set, offset, trips to the left. Is again another that wide spread with the running back. Okay, let's see. Yep, same thing. Little inside counter trap off of that play. Man, I mean, just worked great this game. I mean, I don't think Virginia Tech really understood the spacing on this and how to get to this. So again, here, you can see this better from the backside, so I'll let this run through, then we'll watch it from the back. Yeah, again, Holsley just hitting the hole. I mean, just powering through there. I love seeing the non-tiptoe running here. All right, so let's pause it, and then let's do it. So yeah, again, starting in a kind of regular pistol, shifts out again about almost 5 to 7 yards over. Tight end shifts over, and then you're going to run that counter right back up inside here. Yep, pulling guard, tight end, seal block, double team. So you got Rutledge should be blowing out 94, and Scyther should be getting 41 here. 13 is kind of coming up here, but yeah, more blocks him out. So should be actually, they got the double team to the peel, so this is a perfect one because now you have an extra blocker coming through the hole here. Yeah, this is great. And then right here, Scyther needs to come up, hit 11, and then you got boom, crease right there all the way through. Again, Scyther kind of waits for him to come up to him instead of going out and make the play. That's kind of a gripe there. I mean, I think that could have been a bigger play if Scyther runs out and gets 11, but he kind of stands there and lets him come up and close the hole. But either way, still a great game. I think it was like a 12 to 15-yard run on that, so pretty awesome. All right. Okay, here we go. Rutherford motion, snap, zone read, keep by King. Yep, great. Great read there. Just pretty much straight bread and butter zone read here. Let's just see what the blocking scheme was here. All right. Let's see. Rutherford goes in motion. We're going to run the zone read to the opposite side, right? So, again, the read here is probably here, but he's also reading. I think he's seeing this too, right? I think he thinks the handoff is here. Usually, of course, he's reading the backside in, but we have a pulling guard kicking here. So, I'm not sure. Usually you read the backside in to see if they're crashing or not, but it looks like we have a pulling guard. So I think he's reading to see, like this is not going to go anywhere. So he pulls. We got a block here. We got Carney running around a block here. So now Haynes is going to bounce this on the outside. Yep. And then good thing is 15 washes himself in instead of staying outside. It gives him the leverage out. Boom. Gets outside with King's speed. Gets out there again. Thanks. Avoids the hit there. I appreciate that. Not running in, taking extra hits when he doesn't need to. All right. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Good play on first down. Okay, trips right, single back set and pistol. Okay, again, it's the kind of that power stretch we do, the outside kind of zone stretch run there. All right, didn't get much this one. Let's see what happened on the blocking here. All right. Again, everybody shuffling down. Harpering leading here. Okay, here we go. All right, so you got a block here, double team. One of these doubles, he's supposed to pick up here. One of these two guys should be peeling off this, trying to pick up one of these backside guys here. Let's see. Yeah, Carney missed the block. So if Carney stays on this block, there's probably a crease here, but he missed his block. 20 comes up, seals it. Now everybody on backside has time to come over and pursue that. Didn't get much on that. So again, just a missed block. Carney should have got him there. He didn't. Kind of blew up the play. Again, the offset, a little bit of that spacing again. Patterson in motion. Kind of almost a fake toss. Now, again, this is my gripe on this one. It's a good play, it's a good game, but Haynes, I don't know why. He kind of just stayed on the hip, the outside hip here. If he just bounces this outside, there is all kind of grass out there. He kind of just keeps it inside, and then he kind of just runs down this inside line. You'll see here, I think he could have run this for a lot more. So again, a little bit of that spacing, not as much as the other plays, but you got some spacing here. Okay, let's see. All right, snaps it, motion. So Patterson come lead block over here as well. All right, here you go. So again, some wash downs. Looks like Fusel's pulling again. Yep. Kind of shuffling down actually. So now you got good blocks here. You got hat on hat, hat on hat. Everybody's got a block, and Fusel should be leading, and Jamal's out here leading. You should have two blockers leading out here, right? I mean, look at this. Jamal can't even find anybody to block right now. I mean, if Haynes just goes outside here, I mean, this is wide open, but he kind of just hugs this inside and gets a good game. But I mean, that's a lot of missed yards there. I mean, he also has, it seems like he almost has his head down here, which is just weird. But again, kind of stays where the blocks are. I mean, if he had just gone here, Haynes gets this block, I think he could have just took this away. I mean, again, kind of a weird run by Haynes here, to be honest. Still a good game, but I think he missed that. That's a missed opportunity. All right, let's go to the next play. All right. Okay. Single back, he motions out. Again, spacing, that spacing, the opposite side. Canyon over here. Yep, inside counter back. So this one gets blown up. Jamal makes a great play. We get a little crack back here. I'll show you this too. That we could get called on, I think, but we got away with that one. But this is mostly just the individual play by Jamal. So basically went back to the well of the wide spacing here. Again, you can see Jamal in that 5-7 yard spacing. We're going to have a little counter back, right? Canyon goes in motion. Here we go. Rutledge pulls. Oh, okay. So Moore gets beat, and then it blows up. So basically, Moore gets beat off the line of scrimmage, which then Harpering has to hit him because he should be coming here to pull, but because he's already here, that takes up 2 blocks, and basically now line of scrimmage is 2 to 3 yards in our backfield, and the hole that's supposed to be there is gone. So the only option Jamal would have is to bounce it out this way, or again, he can go back here, but they're waiting for him right here. So that got blown up right there. Yeah, Harpering does a good block. I mean, he does a good job running into him. I mean, he hits him, but again, it clogs this up. So now Jamal has to kind of stop and then find another way to go. So he kind of retracts the steps, goes back here. And he does a good job trying to lay a block here. I mean, again, I appreciate him doing it. You know, it's kind of a half-hearted one there, but I can't. I mean, he takes so many hits. I'm okay with him missing one. It looks like Patterson, though, misses a block here. If he had stayed on that block, I mean, Jamal could have cut that up and got some yards, but again, he misses one here. So Jamal is just backwards running, makes a great individual play, gets away from one. Here is the Canyon. I mean, that to me, I think is a blind side block there. I don't know. I mean, again, with the rules now, I don't know. But I think we could have got called there, but we got away with that. It gives him some outside room. Turns in from a, 2 or 3 yard loss to an 8 yard gain. So then again, just great play by Jamal there to get that, turning nothing into something there. All right. Here we go. It's kind of a tight bunch set. Pistol, straight handoff to Traylon Maddox, and just running hard too. I mean, man, I love seeing him back in the lineup. That just powering it down there. Let's see the blocking here. All right, so you got tight end, receiver. So kind of a bunch set. A lot of big bodies here on the side. All right, let's see. What's the block here? Okay, everybody's kind of blocking down. Okay, hat on hat. Kind of a double team. Then you're gonna have a peel off. Same thing here, kind of double team peel off. So you should have 2 guys going here. Seal out block here. Canyon should be coming back in. I think he's coming back in to crack back here. So in case Maddox bumps this out, which he does. So Canyon's just looking for some right now. 20 crashes and loses his gap, loses containment here. Again, nobody's going to get in the backside. So we have a big play set up here. Oh, see, the problem here is, again, 98 makes a good play. I mean, he's tied up, but he gets off the block and gets here, and Canyon's trying to close out here. I mean, if this guy had gotten sealed in, I mean, you're looking at a lot bigger play here. But he still breaks it through. Maddox running hard, breaks through 1. Kind of drags 2, 3. I mean, that was a great run still. But, yeah, 98 made a good play there. But, yes, if he got out there, I think we could have got a much bigger play on that one. All right. Let's see. Okay, two receivers left. Motion, fake wide receiver screen. Good play design here. This is really nice. So if you look here, we got two receivers out, one receiver top, two backs. So Jamal goes out here and they set it up like it's going to be a wide receiver little swing pass here. Um, Here we go. And you'll see 9 cheats and crashes thinking it's going to be a swing. So he's already cheating, leaving receiver open here. And then Malik slips out here. We actually have 2 guys. I mean, if he could have thrown it to Rivers here. I mean, if Rivers was looking, I mean, here's the thing: as a wide receiver, this is an automatic hot route. Like if your corner on you just runs straight by you, you should be already turning to look because Haynes can throw that ball right now, and that's an easy pitch and catch right there. But either way, doesn't matter. We have a 2 route concept here. So Rivers on a go route down, which leaves Malik to run kind of flood wheel out here, right? And the guy 20 can't get to him in time. So Haynes makes a great read here, great find because they bid on this. So he throws it right over the top. Good throw, good catch. Yeah, good play there. This will play out from the back, from the top view, so you guys can see this. Yep, all right. Good throw and catch. All right, 1st and 10. 2 tight end set, single back, fake. Ooh, jumped off sides, I think. All right. So we just move past this one. All right, who jumped? No, I don't even know. I didn't even see that. Maybe it was a receiver. I didn't notice anybody jumping off there, but it had to be somebody. All right, next play. All right, trips right. We got empty set. You got Hosley right here. So we tend to do this a lot. We'll have a running back out in the slot. We like the motion like that, just like that. Jet sweep. There we go. Yep. All right. Work to perfection. All right. Let's go back and watch that in slow-mo. Again, we do this a bunch, right? You have a running back out in the slot. We motion them back in the backfield and then run something off of it. We'll do play action off of it. And then you'll see the jet sweep off of this too. It's all a numbers game, right? So again, we have 3 out here. They have 3 out here with the jet sweep. Even if he follows him, there's no way this guy's going to catch Hosley. So again, it's a numbers game. You should have seal block, block, block. You have 4 on 3 out there. This should be the way it works. Let's see. Yep. So let's slow it down so you can see this. Yep. All right. Seal block there. Rutherford on a block here. Rivers on a block there. Yep. Rutherford does a good job. I think he, kind of stumbles here, but again, Malik put a good hit on him, so again, keeps him out long enough to seal the hole. Rivers doing a good job staying on his guy. So now it's just, the crease is there. It's just 1-on-1 to safety. Holds a good move, gets an extra 10 yards off of that. That's really good play. And we'll run through from full speed from the other side. All right, see this again. Oh, it's even a check. So yeah, I think they saw the numbers and checked that play actually. Yep. There you go. Yep. Gets the edge. Speed. Good run by Hosley there. Good cut there. Good move. All right. Let's see next. All right. 2 receivers left. Motion. Play action. Little screen. Little wide receiver screen. So not a bad play design. Again, this is bad perimeter blocking. So let's go back. We'll watch it here. All right. So the motion is Rivers coming in motion here. He kind of slips out for a little screen. Rutherford just, and Rutherford's my man. I love Rutherford, but this is just a missed block. I mean, the guy jukes him, straight cuts inside. You can't wait for him. You got to go out and get him. That's the problem. He stood back and let him fake him out, just like Canyon did earlier in the game. You just can't do that. I mean, again, now the play's gonna get blown up, untouched, boom, 5-yard loss. And again, everybody sees this live, and they're like, "Oh, what a terrible play call. Why are we calling that?" It's really just because we're missing blocks. I mean, that's the bottom line. All right. Okay, let's see. Here it is again. Fake. Again, not a bad play call. I mean, we should have got 5 or 6 yards off of that if we made blocks, but instead it's a 5-yard loss, 4 or 5-yard loss. All right, should be 2nd and 15 or so, 2nd and 14. All right, kind of a tight set, play action, boot. Oh, here it is. Yep. This is the Haynes run. Okay. So cool play design. Again, a lot of this was Haynes' speed helping this out because again he almost got tackled in the backfield here. Let's go back and watch it from this side, and so we can see it. And I'll slow it down here so we can see the. All right. Again, kind of a tight set, right? The idea is when you have this jumble set, it's everybody's more in the box. So the idea is to get out the perimeter and get leverage on this. So again, let's see the blocking here. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, so we actually pull a backside guard, trying to make it seem like the play's going back here to get the flow here. So that's good. That play there. Yep. So we think the handoffs, so you're gonna get everybody flowing up, and now you can see we're already creating that outside leverage because everybody is kind of in the box right now. All right. So then you got kind of a block and then arc blocking coming back, and then Harpering spun around and did the block here. So it's a play action boot off of here. You see here, almost gets him. Thank goodness, Haynes got speed to get outside here and get out that. So once he gets outside, now we have a whole convoy, right? You got 3 guys out here. You have 1, 2, 3 there, but you only have 4 on 3 right now. So Harrison Moore coming back over to seal here. Carney's going to lead block here, and he's going to pick up outside here. Yep, boom, boom. Great block by Harrison Moore. I mean, absolutely just pounds him right here. Great block. Carney does his best in open space to try to block here. Again, does enough to get out of his way. Haynes makes a great move there. Score, touchdown. All right. Yeah, watch it one more time from the aerial view. All right. Touchdown. And touchdown. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up there. That was kind of our last score there. I think that made it 35-20. We ended up scoring after that. We had a series or two where nothing really big happened, but just some overall feedback. I think, the bye week was great. Buster definitely pulled out some of the new formations play there. That running back spacing, the inside counter trap off of that worked great. Obviously he comes up with new stuff all the time. I love seeing it. You guys give me feedback. Again, let me know. I'll get better at this on terms of video. I'll probably do some camera stuff too. I might do commentary at some point as well. I just wanted to do some film review. I know I've been seeing it more and more across social media, people doing film breakdowns, and we just didn't have anybody dedicated to Georgia Tech. So I wanted to be able to do that for all of us fans on this side of the house. But give me feedback. I'm going to do other games. I do have access to Colorado, Clemson, Duke. I have Syracuse now. I don't have the Gardner-Webb or Temple access, so I didn't get film on that. But I can go back and do Colorado if you guys want. Just let me know. I plan on at least doing Clemson, Duke, and the other games that I have. Just give me feedback, guys. Let me know what you think. Appreciate it, and thanks.